From Brookfield Stadium at Canton South High School, welcome to Big Time Sports in week number 8 of the 2025 high school football season. Tonight, we're in the Principals Athletic Conference, known far and wide as the PAC. And tonight, we've got the Fairless Falcons meeting the Canton South Wildcats in the Big Time Sports Game of the Week. Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Dunn, along with my broadcast partner tonight, Troy Richardson, as we welcome everyone to the Fur-Bay Electric pregame show. As we're just minutes away, Troy, from kickoff with two teams that are really focused on finishing strong in the final 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, both these teams, the Fairless Falcons and the Canton South Wildcats. So you can look at head coach Matt Dennison of the Wildcats and A.J. Sarbaugh of the Fairless Falcons. Yeah, both teams trying to finish strong here the last 3 games of the season.
You mentioned the two coaches. They both come from football families. They have fathers who have spent a lifetime in coaching for Fairless. Head coach A.J. Sarbaugh, the winningest coach in Fairless football history. His hope tonight, can his offense return to the early season form that saw the Falcons average 35 points a game, Troy. That was through the first 5 games of the season, but just 13 points over the past 2 games.
Yeah, past 2 games. Plus, they've been bit a little bit by the injury bug, but you know, you talked about A.J. coming from a coaching tree. His dad at one time was the head coach at Fairless. They're led by Ritterbeck, the quarterback for the Fairless Falcons. They like to balance it out with the run and the pass, a little bit more run heavy, but look for them to use a lot of different formations to get the matchups they want.
For Canton South, head coach Matt Dennison in his 5th season as head coach of the Wildcats, junior quarterback, wide receiver, and defensive halfback. Brody Beagle is one of the best two-way players in Stark County, and 265-pound defensive lineman D'Angelo Spears, a tough man to handle up front.
Yeah, and you're going to see Beagle be the single caller most of the night, but also look for them to play boner tonight as well. Canton South will mix up a little bit with who they have. They'll move a few different people around to kind of highlight some of the athleticism that they have.
Troy, let's check tonight's keys to the game, brought to you as always by Daystar Auto Group.
Well, as we take a look at our Daystar Auto Group keys to the game, as they're coming up here for Fairless, they've got to overcome the injury bug. They got a few guys out, a couple guys dinged up that are coming back. They've lost some guys or shuffling some guys around, but A.J. Sarbaugh always seems to find a way to put the guys in the right position. For the Canton South Wildcats, you got to let your athletes play. They probably have a little bit more speed, a little bit more size, and a little bit more athleticism than Fairless does, and they've got to use that to their advantage and let them run.
Another beautiful night for football in southern Stark County. It's Fairless against Canton South. It's the Big Time Sports Game of the Week. We're back right after this.
Certified by the American Lighting Association, Fur-Bay's Light Shop is your go-to for all lighting needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Our experts assist with every detail, from bulb size and fixture type to designing layouts. Visit us for hands-on displays showcasing various fixtures, or log in to furbay.com/lightshop. Let us help you visualize the perfect light for your space. Whether you need advice or want to explore lighting options, stop by or log in to Fur-Bay's Light Shop today and see how we can brighten your project.
Since 1988, Wood Electric has been your hometown electrical contractor of choice, trusted for top-quality commercial, industrial, and residential electrical work. From new construction to repairs, we do it all. And we do it right the first time. And when the unexpected hits, we're here with 24-hour emergency service, because the lights won't wait. Call Wood Electric today, where experience meets reliability. Wired right, right on time, every time.
The other guy's insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course. At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Hi, I'm James here at 705 South Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover, Ohio at New Image Auto Sales. Wait a second, is this supposed to rain today? Come with me inside our massive indoor showroom because Ohio weather is so unpredictable. You can check out all our nice pre-owned vehicles inside our indoor showroom. And every car comes with a lifetime warranty and is priced at or below KBB retail. And every vehicle comes inspected prior to hitting the showroom floor so that you know exactly what you're getting. And our inventory is moving so fast. Scan the QR code to see what's available right now. Don't see what you like? Check back tomorrow. Look, car buying doesn't have to suck. Stop in here at Newman Auto Sales year-round, where we have an indoor showroom, climate-controlled, that's been family-owned and operated since 2019, where you can find your next luxury pre-owned vehicle. So scan the QR code or check out our website to see today's inventory. I'll see you soon.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back at Canton South High School as we get ready for the big-time sports game of the week. Fairless visiting Canton South, the Wildcats, a home team. They will kick off. A quick reminder, tonight's opening kickoff is being brought to you by Van Nostrand, Young & Coots, asking you, when was the last time you reviewed your insurance coverage? There's enough uncertainty in the world. Make sure you have the right business, auto, and life insurance protection. Van Nostrand, Young & Coots is an independent insurance agency. They're there to help you, your business, and your family. Cam Carl, number 1. John Hill, number 7, back to return this opening kickoff. We are in the Principals Athletic Conference, Troy. You call it the PAC like everybody else.
Yeah, the PAC, some of the best Division 4, Division 5 high school football in Northeast Ohio.
And over and kick coming up short. Looks like that's going to be John Hill coming up that left side. And before we get halfway up the field, we've got a stoppage in play.
Not quite sure what the call is there. They're going to have to re-kick or?
Well, the officials made a motion that.
Did he fair catch it?
Well, they're going to spot the football all the way back, and it looks like the 10-yard line.
He must have fair caught a fair catch signal.
That's the only thing we can figure out. He made a signal, and they spot the ball at the 10 on that left hash. So as far as Fairless is concerned, not a good start for the Falcons, as they could have had the ball farther upfield instead. 1st and 10 at their own 10.
I thought he was set up to have a nice return.
They were coming up that left side, Troy. Looked like they had a little bit of running room. Going to hand off, first man through, up over the 11 to the 12-yard line, and then Gangtel goes on the right side of that Canton South defense.
I'll tell you, that Canton South Wildcat defense, they swarmed to the football. They had a lot of helmets in there, bringing a lot of pain to the running backs.
Let's take a look at the starting offense. Wide receivers are Cam Carl, Zach Gilkerson, and Aiden Curtis. Tight end is Hunter Dean. Up front, the big guys, Logan Riley, Aiden Lancer, Ashton Conley, Ethan Miller. The right tackle is Grady Vaughn. Troy McVicker is the running back, and Mikey Rittenbeck, 5'11", 175, and the junior will start at quarterback for the Falcons.
And a nice play call there by the Falcons. They go to that wide bunch formation. Some people call it a triangle. It's a bunch. Kind of run it as a little bit of a screen action.
Let's take a look at the Canton South defense. Brendan Wakefield, William Kelly, D'Angelo Spear. That's the guy to watch up front, along with James Bryson. The linebackers, Nolan Bonner, Brayton Carpenter, Diego Batista. Back in the secondary, Aiden Lewis, Therese Conley, Braylon Terrell, and Gavin McGirt.
So nice pickup there, get a first down for the Falcons. Open the playbook up a little bit.
This drive started at the 10-yard line for the Falcons, already up to the 20. Quarterback's going to keep it, trying to roll left, and not much there. In fact, he's going to lose some yardage, back to about the 19-yard line. That didn't fool anybody.
No, it didn't. That was a nice job there by the defense. They get some jet action going, a little crisscross. Quarterback kind of keeps it on his own there, but good penetration up front. You're going to look at there. They fake the jet. He comes back with it, but a nice job of the outside linebacker for the.
That's Gavin McGirt.
Yeah, McGirt there, number 37 for the Wildcats, coming up and making a nice play.
Yeah, he came up on that right side and broke through one of the blockers and got to Ritterback for about a 1-yard loss.
And Fairless with that motion there, they're trying to set up the jet. That time they had the quarterback pulled out.
Ritterback's going to throw this time, rolling left, looking upfield, good coverage, and he's going to have to keep it and roll out of bounds into the Falcons secondary, and not much there. Give credit to that Canton South Wildcat secondary, Troy.
Yeah, it was a nice job. Good coverage downfield. Ritterback looked like he may have had a man open quickly there. You look at the Altman replay, but he's rolling out rolling there. It's tough to do, but they stretch him out, but the DBs do a nice job of covering and force him to go out of bounds where he only managed to pick up 2 yards. And now you're looking at 3rd and 3. So a nice job defensively by the Wildcats. And here we're seeing, instead of that bunch, we're seeing that triple stack there to the field.
Quarterback looking left downfield, has a man open, and he can't bring it in back at the 47-yard line. That was a big play. He was open, went up to catch it, and couldn't come down with it.
We're going to have a flag, though, on the play, but this is just everyone's paying attention to the triple stack on the wide side. Just one-on-one coverage there. Safety a little late open. And I think we had a legal man downfield on Fairless, and they're going to decline that. It's going to be 4th down.
They were trying to find number 22, Aiden Curtis, the 175-pound junior, and that's going to force a punting situation for Fairless.
Yeah, so Canton South should get the ball in really good field position. I would still like to know what happened at the start there, if that was a fair catch on the opening kickoff.
That's the only thing it could have been, Troy, is they called for a fair catch and ran with the football. They spotted it at the 10. After 1 first down, Fairless is going to have to punt it away. And that is a fair catch, caught right at the 46-yard line.
Fairless lucky to get that punt off. Want to thank our friends at Beaver Construction and Beaver Excavating. Without them, we can continue to bring our award-winning coverage here on Big Time Sports. Also the proud sponsors of the Female Athlete of the Week. They build with the community. They build with the schools. That's Beaver companies of Beaver Excavating and Beaver Construction. We want to thank Betsy Sterling and her amazing crew at Beaver Construction and Beaver Excavating.
So the Canton defense, Canton South defense holds, and the Wildcats will get the football for the first time tonight. 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Interesting to see what South comes out with. They want to come out and establish the run early.
Brody Beagle going to throw it. Little jet sweep, and that's going to open up big for him. Down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. Now the guy that caught the football was Torres Connolly, number 7, that brought it downfield for a big first down. Let's take a look at that starting offense for head coach Matt Dennison. The wide receivers, Jamarcus Jones, Torres Connolly, Braylon Terrell, and Daniel Bonnell. Up front, the big guys, Andrew Marsh, D'Angelo Spear, Jonathan Kofel Black. The right guard is James Bryson. The right tackle is Blake Walters. Running back, Braylon Connolly. And the quarterback is Brody Beagle. Again, they run, and again, a good yardage. Boy, they're right now 2 plays, 2 big first downs, Troy.
Well, we talked about it. They want to unhitch the horses. They want to try to get their athletes the ball in space and let the players make plays.
Here is the Fairless defense. Defensive line will be Keaton Buechler, Peter Snavely, Grady Vaughn, and Bo Sheets. The linebackers, Hunter Dean, Caleb Rodabush. And in the secondary, Zach Gillerson, Montrell Hunter, John Hill, Cammie Carl, and C.J. Pumio. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Trying to score on their first possession. Going to run it again over that right side. Again, big yardage. Into that second level, another big play all the way down to the Fairless 12-yard line.
And another first down. But I love the footwork here by the South running back. As you're going to see him make some nice cuts. He doesn't find the initial hole, but he makes a nice cut back, got quick feet, but very good vision from that running back position here.
Yeah, let's watch
cut it.
Braylon Connolly, Troy.
Yeah, he follows his blockers, does a great job of getting downfield, and he's so quick, but when he decides to make his mind up, he gets vertical right away.
Beagle going to keep it rolling right, looking for a block, cuts inside, takes a couple people with him down to the 5-yard line.
And that's something you'll see South do. Beagle, he's also a runner. He can sling the ball around the field. He backed up one of the best in the state a few years ago, but he stepped into this starting role, and you're going to see him here. Reads the block, cuts inside of it, manages to pick up 8 yards. Now you're looking at second and 2. You're inside the 10. You can open that playbook up a little bit. Well, I'm sorry, more like 2nd and 4.
At the Fairless 6-yard line, the Wildcats on their first possession of the game started this drive at their own 46. Now down at the Fairless 6. Going to keep it, and down to the goal line. Is he in?
Yep.
He is. Touchdown, Canton South on their first possession of the game. And that is looks like that number 28.
Our number 16 right there.
That's Brady Beagle.
Yeah, Beagle.
Beagle.
Yep, the quarterback there keeping it all the way. A little bit wide snap. That doesn't slow Beagle down because he follows his guys right into the end zone. Good blocking up front. Nice surge from the offensive line. The offensive line, they come off the ball very well as a nice solid unit.
Aiden Lancer tried to stop him, but not before he got into the end zone. Landon White, his extra point is up long enough and good. So 7:50 to go in the first quarter. Canton South on a long drive, and they lead it 7-0.
Hot Shots Pickleball Junior Academy, where fun meets fundamentals. Young players learn from the game in a positive and encouraging environment. Skills, drills, and games. Fun, structured environment where kids learn, improve, and make friends. Be our guest. Experience Hot Shots Pickleball Club with no commitment. Be our guest and play today and try our menu. They've got an open bar and more, and great food there at Hot Shots Pickleball, located in North Canton, right off I-77.
Well, Troy, a picture-perfect drive for Canton South after stopping Fairless. They get the ball at their own 46, and big play after big play finally results in a touchdown.
Well, a picture-perfect drive on Joe. I think just a picture-perfect night for high school football.
There hasn't been any bad ones. I'll say this has been an unbelievable fall for high school football. Still got a couple weeks left before we start playoff football around the state of Ohio.
You can't ask for much better than that. This.
There you see number 7, John Hill. He's the guy that I think called for the fair catch. And there you take a look at Landon White, who will kick it off right in the middle of the field from his own 40-yard line with the Wildcats up early 7-0. End over end kick, and that's going to be taken by Hill right at the 6. And again, play is stopped for the second straight kickoff. They have stopped play this time. They're going to re-kick it.
They're going to kick it. They're going to say that
Canton South was offside.
Canton South's offside. They're going to back up 5 yards. Now this is where you have an opportunity for, I think, a good kick return. The kickoff team's backing up 5, so in theory you should get better position from that. And those guys just got done sprinting, 25, 30 yards downfield.
Well, Cam Carl, number 1, John Hill, number 7, will move up to the 10-yard line, anticipating this kick. Meanwhile, Landon White, you see him right there, will tee it up now from the 35. They just joined us, Canton South up early in this game, 7-0 in week number 8 of the 25 season. Little squibber going right down the middle of the field. That'll take a big hop to Hill. Picks it up at the 25 in the open field and down at the 43. Boy, a good burst by Hill, Troy, and he was a step away from maybe still running with the football.
Yeah, he does a nice job fielding off a big skip there when that ball, when they kick it on the ground, anything can happen. But a nice job there, and that's something that can spark this Fairless offense. Get him the ball in good field position, give you a little bit of energy. But look at him come off this checkup right here, catches it, hits it hard on their Altman replay, does a nice job getting vertical, and manages to start the Falcons drive off in good field position.
Good open field tackle that time.
Empty.
Going to throw it downfield and nearly picked off. Good read there by the corner by Canton South. That might have been Aiden Lewis.
Nice catch on that by
Torres Connolly. They were both over there. Let's see who, if we see a replay, we'll see who nearly picked that one off. That was Torres Connolly, number 7.
Curtis there with a nice catch, though. And this is just a nice catch and throw. You're just catching and throwing. And he's, lucky that didn't get picked off, but a nice job making the reception. Good job of winning first down, looking at 2nd and 5.
Ritterbeck going to throw a little bubble screen. That's out to John Hill. And Hill with a good burst, taking it downfield for a first down.
Nice job picking up a first down.
Fairless coming out to throw. That was Cam Carl, number 1.
Fairless coming out, slinging the ball around the field a little bit here. Nothing fancy, just a little bubble screen, trying to get it up. I can tell you Fairless is trying to set up a bubble go where they'll fake the bubble, slip one of the blockers deep, trying to get him behind the defensive back.
We saw Cam Carl a couple of years ago as a sophomore, and he had a heck of a game, I think. Had 2 or 3 touchdown catches, and now as a senior. They run the football over the right side, And he got to go up and grab him by the back of the jersey to bring him down. That was a good burst again over that right side as that offensive line opened up a little bit of a crease.
Yeah, this is they're coming off the ball much better than they did their first possession. But he hits it right up in there, follows the pulling guard. And you said it, Joe, but got great job of keeping his balance. Even when he got grabbed by the jersey, he still managed to pick up another 2 or 3 yards afterwards.
Second down and about 3 for Fairless. Down at the 33-yard line of Canton South. Mikey Ritterbeck going to hand it off straight ahead. Not much there. That's Troy McVicker, the senior at 175, that gets stood up.
They're going to say he's going to be close to the first down. He didn't have to get much, but they say he's just going to be about a ½ yard short.
Yeah, 3.5 a yard as you take a look at that Fairless offense.
Well, the way this offensive line's been playing this possession, hey, I think you're in 4-down territory. Once again, they follow that blocking guard. They got to do a better job of getting that DN squeezing down, though.
Looked like that was Big D'Angelo's spear that brought him down just short of the first down. 3rd and 1 at the Canton South 31.
Some double tight.
Pitch it out. And McVicker has the first down, and extra yardage on top of that as a flag comes flying in late.
Yeah, late flag coming in there to see what the call is.
Boy, nice pitch out wide to McVicker. Nice play there as he turned the corner easily.
Well, I saw Fairless practicing that in warm-up, and I like that because if you bobble it or fumble it, it ends up being a incomplete pass because it's a forward pitch on it. And that's going to be a hold against the Falcons.
That one hurts because the Falcons were on the move on their second possession of the game.
So that's going to back him up. Still going to be 3rd down. And I think it was after he got the first time. You see him pitch it ahead there, and that makes it a forward pass. So depending on where they spot this at, it's going to bring it still manageable at 3rd and 5, and I still think you're in 4-down territory.
As long as they block that tight end or defensive end, you're okay. If you can't let him get upfield on that pitch.
Well, and it's good. They're running that into the boundary, and I look at South as kind of pushing their defensive strength into the field. And that's a nice read there by the Falcons offensive coaching staff.
3rd and 5 for Fairless, although they are in 4-down territory. Ritterbeck going to throw it out to number 1. That's Cam Carl. And he's going to be down, but going to be short of that first down. Well, going to be 4th and about 4.
They went to that wide bunch again. And that time you saw Canton South play what's called a banjo technique where they jam the middleman there to hold him up at the line of scrimmage. And then that allows everyone else because it forces the running back to take another 2 steps back, and it throws the timing off a little bit and gives the rest of the secondary a chance to come up. So a nice job there by the defensive back playing the banjo technique.
That was Brayton Carpenter that came up and made the stop for Canton South. So a big play early in this football game. Fairless down 7-0, but they have it 4th and about 4.5, maybe 5 at the Canton South 34. See what A.J. Sarbaugh draws up here before we even have the snap. We're going to have a timeout. Farrell's going to talk about, even though they didn't have the right personnel, they didn't like what Canton South showed them. We're going to come back on this big play on 4th down right after this.
It's always that personal touch that they know you.
Primetime has people that can help you through every step of the way, and when you're my age, you need that extra help.
You don't want a lot of questioning when you're already dealing with a medical issue. Primetime is trying to help us get down the road as long as we can.
And if you're not in the right situation, a senior can lose everything. I feel with Primetime we picked the best program.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is that we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, one, ensure our customer the right way, but then two, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Fairless Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Fairless Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
You've got only one body, so why not take care of it? Let iCryo Wellness and Recovery help you live a healthy lifestyle. iCryo will introduce you to recovery and wellness with their proven techniques that will surely make your body and mind a whole lot healthier. Evaluate your lifestyle with iCryo. Don't wait. Call now, 330-451-6365.
Joda and Troy Richardson back at Canton South. It's homecoming tonight. A lot of festivities, big crowd here at Canton South. Saw the crowning of the king and queen before the game. And Troy, that's always fun. That's a big part of high school football.
Oh yeah, homecoming. And that's part of what makes high school football great. You get people from who maybe haven't been back to the community for a year. They come back, it's fall. A lot of schools are having their fall break as well right now. So that's a great opportunity.
4th and 4 for Fairless at the Canton South 34. Ritterbeck in trouble, rolling right, and he's going to be sacked back at the 41-yard line. He wanted to pitch it toward the short side of the field, and Canton South said, nothing doing. Big D'Angelo Spear, number 56, comes through to make the tackle.
And that's going to be a big Mount Hope defensive play. They're off the play action, one to go to it, but just no time there as Spears comes in, makes the big Mount Hope defensive play.
That's 265 pounds of defensive tackle making the play. Showed good quickness on that one, Troy.
Good quickness, good movement of the feet.
C.J. Pumio is in there at secondary, and they're going to throw it on first down. And Canton South tried to throw that bubble screen out there, and that was Therese Conley. That didn't get much. In fact, he lost a yard.
Yeah, so nice job there defensively by Fairless, winning it on first down.
Less than 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Canton South scoring on their first possession of the football game.
Well, if I'm South, I'm going back to the run game because it looked really, really strong, their first possession.
Going to run it again into that second level. Another big play and another Canton South first down.
Yeah, and that time Fairless brought the pressure up on the blitz. They just didn't guess right on where the ball went. They ran away from it, and a nice job opening the hole up. Manages to pick up another 11, 12 yards. Almost had him in the backfield.
That's Braden Conley, 195-pound junior. Good size for a running back.
Well, the linebacker was almost in the hip pocket of the pulling guard.
Down at the 46-yard line. This time, Beagle's going to keep it himself. And that was a sack there by Fairless. That didn't fool anybody. Lost of about a yard.
No, that's a great penetration by the defensive lineman there. Getting some penetration in the backfield and blowing the play up. Here you see him get through it from the backside, trying to get a number of that Falcon there who makes that tackle. That's number, trying to see it there, number 65. Great play by Fairless. And that's from the backside, folks. You don't realize how hard that. Yeah, Grady Vaughn, how hard that is to come from the backside and make that tackle.
2nd and 11 at the 47. Going to run wide, and again that Fairless defense comes up and makes the stop. They're playing well right now after that initial drive by Canton South. Coming up to make the tackle was number 22, Aiden Curtis.
Well, Fairless is blitzing here. They're bringing some pressure now. They're not going to sit back and let Canton South dictate what happens. So they're going to come up, bring the pressure, squeeze it down. Nice tackle there by number 22 for Fairless. That's Curtis, and makes another tackle. They're going to start dialing up some pressure here and try to make Canton South uncomfortable.
3rd and 7 for the Wildcats at the Fairless 42. Already leading 7-0. Beagle, plenty of time. Now going to run with the football. Beagle at the 35, cuts outside, out of bounds at the 30. Well, you got to watch Brody Beagle, 175 and a junior. He didn't hesitate, Troy. Looked right, nobody open. He took off to the left.
No, and he does a nice job when he's a quarterback back here. Look how he keeps his feet going in the drop, keeps his feet on, shuffle, shuffle. Altman replay, nothing there. He's going to tuck it away into the short side and picks up another first down for Canton South, and they're just racking them up. That's their 6th first down of the game.
Looks like Bronson Brown was the guy that came up to made the stop, but not before. Canton South all the way down at the Fairless 30 on that left hash, already leading 7-0. Beagle going to give it once again to Conley. And is he quick or not for 195? Right through that hole, all the way down to the 15.
Once again, great footwork when he gets into the hole. He sees the vision, he follows his blocker. He doesn't make this real complicated, but he sees everything so well and develops so well because his offensive linemen are coming off the ball.
Boy, quick feet too for Conley. That's a name to remember. Only a junior at 195, and he's running hard early in this game as we're less than 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Right up the middle again, all the way down to the Fairless 7 or 8 yard line.
And they're doing a great job on first down, being able to pick up that 6-7 yards, and that opens things up on 2nd and 3rd.
Braylon Conley again is running the football. They're going to pull that. Looked like that was James Bryson from that right guard. They pulled Troy, and he led him right into the hole. Big offensive line. They got Andrew Marsh, D'Angelo Spirit, 265. Koffel Black at center, James Bryson at right guard, and Blake Walters at the right tackle. This time they got him. Braylon Conley tried a quick step to the left, nothing there, went to the right, and Fairless got him.
Yeah, Fairless has just said, hey, we're going to gamble a little bit, and we're going to bring some pressure. Sometimes we're going to be right, sometimes we're going to be wrong. But we're going to try to do what we can here and blow some plays up in the backfield and not let these running backs get started. And right now, Canton South, I think, is just going to take the quarter. Something's wrong with the play clocks here at Canton South. They don't seem to be working. So it's hard to tell how much time's left on the play clock.
Well, we're down to less than 11 seconds in the quarter. That's going to be it. So we have played one full quarter here at Canton South. Packed football. You're watching Big Time Sports. It's Canton South 7, Fairless nothing. Right after this, we'll be right back.
At Paper Twigs, our full-service floral and papery boutique offers expertly crafted, custom-designed invitations and paper essentials for all events. We're renowned for our innovative, out-of-the-box floral arrangements, perfect for any occasion. We specialize in weddings and major events and would be honored to be a part of your special day. Please contact us at 330-499-3350.
Daystar Power Sports and Equipment in Malvern knows how to take care of our customers. Fall is here, the perfect season to hit the trails, tackle yard work, or haul with confidence. From Arctic Cat ATVs to Cub Cadet mowers, Steel tools, Ferris mowers, and Triton trailers, we've got you covered. Great financing, dependable service, and the gear you need. Call 330-868-9893 or visit DaystarPowersports.com today. Daystar, your adventure starts now.
Introducing Pizza Oven, a legacy since 1956. For decades, we've delighted taste buds with our authentic flavors. Indulge in our scrumptious menu, carefully crafted to satisfy every craving. From crispy pizzas to fresh salads, tender chickens to savory pasta, we have it all. Visit pizzaoven56.com and experience the taste of tradition at your fingertips. Pizza Oven, serving Northeast Ohio at our 10 locations.
Novelis is a global leader in flat-rolled aluminum and the world's largest aluminum recycler. Together, we forged a world-class team delivering high-quality products globally. We extend our positive impact by supporting local schools and community organizations. Novelis Uricksville cheers on students and families across various schools. Novelis Uricksville is rooting for you. Learn more at novelis.com.
It's March, baby, and Simpson Heating and Cooling is bringing the heat. And the shot is up. The shot is up. You call that a shot? Why don't we get somebody to teach these guys about the game of hoops?
What do you think, Coach?
So I thought you said these guys were all-stars.
They are a lot more professional here in their installation. Check out this installation. He's got one turn. He makes two turns. Wow! Sweet banana, we have got a full installation.
Now I see what you meant when you were talking about all-stars. These guys know what they're doing.
Somebody call for an all-star?
When madness hits your home, choose Simpson.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back on Big Time Sports from Canton South High School tonight. Packed football. We've got one quarter in the books. It is Canton South 7 and Fairless nothing. And Troy, right now, we're ready for our quarterly recap.
Well, as we take a look at our Kimball Recycling quarterly recap, it starts out kind of with that miscue on the opening kickoff for Fairless. But there you see a defensive play, and then it's going to be a nice touchdown run there by Canton South. And then the defense steps up big. They get the sack, and you're going to see them come up big again right here with another sack. And that's the Fairless defense stepping up, trying to slow down this offense for Canton South that's moved the ball right down the field on the Kimball Recycling quarterly recap.
And Canton South threatening again early here in the second quarter. They've been utilizing the running of quarterback Brody Beagle and Braylon Connolly. 3rd and 4. That's going to take it all the way down close to the goal line. The offensive line comes in to push, and they're going to down it right at about the 1-yard line. That offensive line doing what every good offensive line is taught to do, get behind and push it toward the goal line.
Yeah, when you make contact, you want to run your feet, but look there, they keep the wedge going, but the running back, that is just sheer willpower right there, driving his feet forward, keeping his balance, and not going down to the bitter end on the Altman replay.
That was Braylon Connolly again, who has been the go-to back early in this game for head coach Matt Dennison. 1st and goal at the Fairless 2. Beagle to Connolly, and into the end zone. Connolly with the second Wildcat touchdown of the night, and it is 13-0 Canton South.
I'll tell you, great job here by the offensive line. Hats off to the Canton South offensive line as they just opened up some nice holes, but they get a good surge here. Everyone knows it's gone up the gut, and they push everybody into the end zone on the Altman replay. Good job there by the Wildcats.
So early here in the second quarter, the Wildcats have struck again. And now Landon White will try for the PAT. Good snap. Kick is up high enough, long enough, it's good. So 11:18 left to go in the half. It's Canton South 14 and Fairless nothing.
I want to thank our good friends at Fireside Tax. Tim Singo and his crew. Tax season's right around the corner, folks. And you want to check out Fireside Tax. They've been in business for over 15 years. The best price for your dollar at Fireside Tax. Check them out on the web at firesidetax.com. They handle individual income tax, flat fee payroll. They understand small businesses because they are a small business. Once again, you can check them out on the web at firesidetax.com.
And let's take a look at our fan cam tonight, brought to you by Mears Nissan.
Neon night here at Canton South, and the Wildcat fans coming out in all their neon on our Mears Nissan fan cam. I want to thank our good friends at Mears Nissan for sponsoring the fan cam.
And there on the other side, we got the Fairless fans who have come over from the VAR to cheer on the Fairless Falcons in week number 8 of the 2025 season.
Their Dirty Bird student section coming out, supporting the Falcons.
Other big games tonight around the air. How about McKinley at Lake? That'll be a big one. Alliance at West Branch. Ridgewood down at Indian Valley. Manchester at Triway. Big game in the pack. Louisville at Green and Perry at Hoover.
Well, in that Ridgewood Indian Valley game, 2 undefeated teams, both 7-0. And that's our Big Time Sports live stream game. And when you're watching this game, that game will already be up on our YouTube. So you're going to want to check it out. Mr. Football candidate Grady Kinsey for Indian Valley.
Cam Hill, number 1. John Hill, number 7. Trying to return this pooch kick, and it's going to go right down to the 31-yard line. Picked up there by Fairless. That was Antrell Hunter that got it. Came up about 4 or 5 yards, and they're going to down it right at the 36-yard line, where Fairless will take over down 14-0.
Well, and that shows you the kind of respect now that Canton South has for the ability for Fairless to have a good return. They're pooch kicking it now instead of kicking it deep. They kicked it deep, they fair caught it, then they squibbed it. They don't want to give these returners anything to get excited about.
Yeah, 2 guys for Fairless, Cam Hill and John Hill, have breakaway speed, so They kick away, and Fairless has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Mikey Ritterbeck, junior quarterback. And that's going to cost the Falcons 5 yards.
And that's something that'll keep Coach Sarbaugh up at night. Just those penalties on 1st down, they can just stall your drive out. Now you got to look at a different play. You were looking at 1st and 10. Now you're looking at 15 as you get to look there at Coach A.J. Sarbaugh, former Stark County Coach of the Year.
Talking to the officials, I think he's pleading his case, maybe that it wasn't an infraction, but
if you would have seen the view we had up here, it was on this side.
1st and 15, now back at the 32 for the Falcons. Going to send a man in motion. Ritterbeck's going to keep it. Little bit of a crease, and again, a flag goes down. And again, it's going to cost Fairless 5 yards.
That wasn't as egregious as the first time, but it was a false start again. And you talked about A.J. Sarbaugh, his dad being the head coach at Fairless football. His sister Natalie, the head girls basketball coach at Malvern High School. Well, she has done a nice job building that program back up from what was which was a rough situation. She has brought them back to a very competitive team in the IVC.
Well, a drive that started at the 37, now back to the 27. Back-to-back 5-yard penalties against Fairless. They're already down 14-0 here early in the 2nd quarter. Ritterbeck all by himself in the backfield. Looking, in trouble, being chased, is going to try and get out of there.
He's got to tuck it.
Now throws it downfield, and it's caught and then dropped. Looked like that was Cam Carl that had it, more than enough for a 1st down.
He just ran before he had the ball in the entire way, and it was a great job. Great job by the quarterback here rolling out. He's going to come across to this side of the field, and he's going to roll all the way back in the Altman replay. Great job of keeping his vision downfield and his head up, but he just wanted to run before he had it in the whole way.
Boy, he did a good job of coming back to the football when he saw Ritterbeck in trouble. So now it's going to be 2nd and 20. Ball still at the 27. They get a good look at Mikey Ritterbeck, the junior, at 5'11", 175. Again, he's going to throw the football. Little screen, they set it up. And then a good defensive play. That was Troy McVicker that caught the football. And there to meet him head on. Looks like that's number
28 for Canton South, making that play. I think it was 28. I don't see a 28 on here. It might have been 29. Trying to see the number on that freight train that came up to make the play. Yeah, that is number 29 there for Canton South. Coming up to make that
Diego
play.
Batista.
Batista's coming up, looking like no number 28. We don't have a 28 here for Canton South, but yeah, so we're not quite sure who that was, but that was a heck of a ball play.
They met him head on. Stopped him right at the 31 where it's 3rd and 16. So the Falcons need a big play here. And now all of a sudden Canton South's going to call a timeout. And defensive coaches aren't happy with the way they lined up on that 3rd and 16.
No, you definitely don't want to you don't want to let Fairless off the hook right now. You've got him pinned deep. You're going to get the ball in pretty good field position. Don't let him off the hook. You want to try to get the ball back. You want to make sure you're in the right defensive set.
Well, we talked about A.J. Sarbaugh and his dad being the head coach at Fairless. Boy, Matt Dennison, his dad, Matt Dennison, or Jim Dennison, the longtime coach at the University of Akron, and then started the program at Walsh University.
Walsh University. His brother, I believe, was the head coach up at Wadsworth as well.
And he always the head coach of an undefeated Buckeye up in Medina.
Medina Buckeye, Malatich and Litchfield. Bucky the Buck.
So coaching family, the Dennisons.
Yeah, the coaching tree is pretty strong there.
So Fairless, 3rd and 16. Now we'll regroup after that Canton South timeout. A little over 10 minutes ago in the half. Ritterbeck again all by himself in that Falcon backfield. Now they're going to send Cam Carl in motion, going to throw it downfield, and it is going to be knocked away in a good defensive play, but it's going to be interference.
Yeah, they're going to get pass interference on that for having his hand on the hip. That won't give him the 1st down unless they do automatics in high school, and I'm not quite sure because it's 3rd and about 17.
Here's the call, and it's going to be against Canton South. And they're going to walk this one off. And they're going to take the football all the way up to the 46-yard line. Watch it again on the Altman replay.
Yeah, just had his hand on his hip there, and they're going to get him for the penalty. So now you're looking at third and about a yard.
That was Cam Carl that they sent deep. Looks like he had a step and a half on the defender. 3rd and 1. Going to run the football. They've got a first down and more, and a collision right there at the 49. Wow, that was McVicker that took on one of the Wildcats, and that was a heck of a smash right there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to stun him right there, but McVicker just keeps the feet churning, lowers the shoulder, and manages to pick up the first down here. This is a nice collision right here. Boom. Textbook comes up, but I tell you, the immovable force meets the irresistible object on that one as he drove it forward to pick up the third first down of the game for the Falcons.
That's something you see up in the Alps with those battering rams.
We need to find out what his number is.
I think they changed numbers on us. There's a throw downfield, going to be short of the first down, out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Well, Fairless is lucky. They got away at the hold there from their right tackle on the pass protection. But here you look at the Altman replay, a little play action pass, and he just finds him right out in the flats. Nothing complicated. Just comes up, and I love the tackling by both these teams in the open field. Canton South Wildcats secondary do a great job of tackling the open field, and that is not easy to do.
1st and 10 for Fairless at the Canton South 37. This is the best drive the Falcons have had today by far, as they had to start deep in their own territory early in this game.
And all that pass interference, you let the Falcons off the hook. Now they got to try to make you pay. They can run it here to this wide side. They've got them outnumbered.
Going to send Cam Carl in motion. Going to give the football off to McVicker, trying to turn the corner. Out inside the 30 at the 29, and flags all over the field.
Well, it's interesting. I'm not sure how Canton South is lining up here. They've got a guy inside the tackle, and there's a tight end there, so there's no one out here for containment into this, and you can run for 5 or 7 yards before the first Wildcat's going to come up.
Here comes the call. Checking to see where the yard marker will be.
Going to be a hold against Fairless. That's their 4th penalty for 30 yards.
Let's watch that play again. This is McVicker. It's going to turn the corner.
And there was no one there. And he's going to pick it up, but they're going to back him up now. It's still going to be 2nd down, but looking at 2nd and 5.
Well, they're going to spot the football at the Canton South 41. It'll be 2nd and 5 with 9:07 to go in the half, and Canton South up 14-0. Both these teams trying to finish strong in weeks 8, 9, and 10. They won't be going on to week 11, but they're really building for next year. Ritterbeck going to roll right, trying to turn the corner, and scoots out of bounds. Did he get to the flag? I don't think so. I think it's going to be about 4 yards short, Troy. Maybe now they're going to move it up a little bit closer.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be just over about a yard short on that. But good coverage once again. But you've got to account for Ritterbeck, because he can run, and that's why you see him get flexed out of the pocket so much, because you want to let him make those decisions. Do I run it? Do I throw it? And you always are keeping the defensive guess.
James Bryson, number 54, was the guy that came over from his linebacker spot to run him out of bounds. So 3rd and a yard at the 37. They're in 4-down territory. They'd love to get it here. Again, Carl in motion, going to pitch it out wide. They're going to have the first down and more as they run that play to the right side of the field. We talked about Troy, and that is a play I'm not sure Canton South has seen that.
Yeah, it's a toss sweep, but it's a forward pitch pass on this. He just shovels it forward, a little forward shovel pass. So if he drops it incomplete, it's an incomplete pass, but it's enough to pick up another first down for Fairless on their best drive of the game.
There, get a look at Mikey Ritterbeck. They just get McVicker out on the wing and just toss it to him. Nice play. It's worked a couple times tonight.
Fairless has done a nice job overcoming some penalties this drive as well.
1st and 10 for the Falcons, now down at the Canton South 32. Down 14-0, trying to get a little closer. McVicker throws, and incomplete down at the 30.
Yeah, trying to set up like a little bit of a slip screen there. But a nice job defensively by the Wildcats covering it, forcing McVickers to throw off his, back foot. Ritter back there, he's dropping back and he's got to kind of sling it a little bit. Not kind of a tight window there as well on our Altman replay.
Well, they're trying to find senior wide receiver Zach Gilkerson, number 8. And he was pretty well covered. 2nd and 10, ball still at the 32. Ritterbeck, nobody there to hand it to. He's going to take it himself. And he's going to take it inside the 30 to the 29. He went to hand it off, Troy. I think the running back went the wrong way. He says, I'll keep it myself.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if there was some miscommunication on that. Who turned the wrong way, who opened up the wrong way. Okay, but when in doubt, just lower your head and get some yards. He looked for somebody there. There was no one. And he said, okay, I've just got to go and try to get upfield. And he does. He picks up 3 yards.
Down to the Canton South 29, where it'll be 3rd and 7. They're in 4-down territory, down 14-0. 7.5 to go in the half.
Good composure there, though, on the broken play.
And another flag goes down. And another procedure penalty. And A.J. Sarbaugh up at the top of the screen with his hands out saying, wait a minute, what's going on here? 3rd and 1 in this quarter.
Well, let's not forget, to start this drive, they were looking at 1st and 20 because they had back-to-back.
Yeah.
False starts.
There you see the winningest coach in Fairless history, A.J. Sarbaugh. He's not happy right now with those penalties, though. 3rd and 12, now back at the 34. Carl comes in motion, and a flag goes down one more time.
See what the call is again, if it's another false start. Well, the referees are going to talk about it.
Now this is going to go against Canton South. Now they're going to come over and talk to Matt Dennison.
I think they're saying that they're trying to adjust the snap count, trying to call out the cadence.
That's something that I've seen in college football a lot this year, and it's a point of emphasis, I think, for officials this year when the defense tries to call out and get the offense to jump.
Well, they're stemming your defense. You can shift your guys around all you want.
Ritterbeck, deep drop.
Screen again.
Little screen. This is Cam Carl down the right side, down inside the 10 to about the 6. Set up well, good execution. Best play of the night for Fairless, and they got an injured player at about the 23.
And once again,
a flag is down.
They had him. Oh, see what the call is here. They're going to wave it off. Oh no, coach, they're waving the flag off. But South had him again and let him off the hook. And Fairless is trying to make him pay. As Coach Matt Dennison is not happy about that.
Matt Dennison, of course, up here from Tuscarawas County, head coach down at Dover a few years ago.
New Philly.
New Philly, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he would not like you saying Dover.
Dover, New Philly. Best rivalry in T County by far.
Yep.
The Quakers.
One of the oldest rivalries, and you can watch that game on Big Time Sports this year. One of the oldest rivalries in the state of Ohio.
Week number 10. There's a lot of good ones in week 10. First and goal for Fairless at the Canton South 7. Ritterbeck to Kane. That's a touchdown. Cam Carl coming across the field inside the defender. Good pass by Ritterbeck, and Fairless is on the board. That was well executed.
Yeah, just finds him on the slant, gets inside position. Once again, gets a pre-snap read on it, sees the DBs playing in the outside, just throws the slant on the Papa Bears. Big play, replay. Takes it right into the end zone.
Cam Carl, number 1 on the reception. And got inside that defender, Troy. That was an easy pitch and catch. That kick is high enough, long enough, and it is good. 5:57 left to go in the half. It's Canton South 14, Fairless 7. We're back on Big Time Sports after this timeout.
Beaver Constructors is a full-service general contractor delivering top-notch commercial construction management, general contracting, and design-build services across Ohio. We prioritize doing things the right way, ensuring the highest quality in every project from critical infrastructure to facility improvements. Beaver Excavating excels in heavy civil contracting for commercial, industrial, and transportation sectors. We believe in making a positive impact through community involvement and client satisfaction.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Do you have an old junker sitting around that's not worth anything? It might be just an old junker to you, but at Speedy Auto Salvage it's worth big bucks. Your end-of-life car or truck will quickly turn into cash for vacation, bill payoffs, or just money for fun. Speedy also takes sheet metal and old appliances and will put cash right in your hands. Speedy pays top dollar for your end-of-life vehicle, sheet metal, scrap iron, and even old appliances. Pickup service is available. Hurry in today to Speedy Auto Salvage. Dumont Sporting Goods has been outfitting winning teams since 1977. Put Doug Clark and his experienced staff to work for your team. See them for school jackets, silk screening, and embroidery. Dumont's is especially proud to be your exclusive area Russell Athletic Team Specialist. All of the name brands you love close to home. That's Dumont's Sporting Goods on Tuscross Avenue in downtown Dover. Team Specialist since 1977.
At Mears Nissan, we make car buying easy. We want our customers to have a pleasant buying experience from start to finish. We offer a comfortable and welcoming space where you can feel confident making your purchase. Family owned and operated for over 35 years, we're proud to offer family-friendly financing options designed to fit your budget. Don't just take our word for it. Take a look at some of our happy customers. So if you're planning on buying a new or used car or truck, look no further than Mears Nissan in Canton, and let our family take care of yours.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back at Canton South. It's homecoming at Canton South, and right now they are happy because they're up 14-7 on Fairless late here in the first half.
The Beaver companies, Beaver Construction and Beaver Excavating, building high-performance facilities for elite athletes. True project partners embracing a transparent approach, delivering projects throughout the following models: design, build, construction management, and general contracting. We want to thank our good friends at Beaver Construction and Beaver Excavating for being a proud sponsor on Big Time Sports and for knowing the importance of high school athletics. Betsy Sterling and her crew at Beaver are absolutely amazing to work with. They understand the importance of high school athletics as an important part of the total high school experience.
They've done a lot of good things in the area with a lot of different high schools. Jameis Robinson will kick it off for Fairless. Ball right in the middle of the field. End over end kick.
Gosh. So many penalties.
We've got another penalty, and it's going to be offsides against Fairless.
That is Fairless's 6th penalty. I haven't seen this many penalties on kickoffs this year.
No.
This is the first time I've seen them this year. We've already had 2 tonight. 1 on each team.
You want to get that head start, but it's very simple. You kick the football, then you go downfield.
You got to let it go first.
They'll do it again one more time. Jameis Robinson, number 32. Canton South return men now jump back up to the 15-yard line. End over end kick going to be taken right at the 13, right up the middle of the field. And Fairless is going to gang tackle at the 35. Pretty good field position, though, for this Wildcat offense.
Yeah, they've had 2 possessions so far, 2 touchdowns as their last drive was a 10-play drive. See what they can put together here. Still got 2 timeouts with 5:49 to go, so the clock not a factor.
That was Braylon Terrell that brought it back. for Canton South.
Really like how Fairless answered, though. They got down 14-0. They didn't panic. They stayed, kept their game plan going, and they come and march it right down the field methodically, overcome some penalties, and put up 7.
It's been the Brody Beagle and Braylon Conley running show tonight, and they're going to give it off once again to Conley, but this time the Falcons are going to drop him. They've learned their lesson on that young man.
Well, that was the bad snap. The bad snap on that throws the entire timing off. You get a high snap on a play like that, and he's got to adjust it. He's got to come down. That gives the defense time to get some penetration, and they end up losing a yard on it.
Brody Beagle over to the sidelines to talk to Matt Dennison, and now we'll come back and play on 2nd and 11. Ball at the 33. They take a look at Beagle, and he's got Conley right next to him. Beagle going to roll left. Going to throw, and it is caught and then pushed out of bounds, and that's going to be a Canton South first down. Good timing on that one, Troy.
A nice throw, good route, good footwork here again.
Torres Conley's going to be on the receiving end of this one.
And that's tough, rolling to your left as a right-handed quarterback, but he does a nice job going up, high-pointing the football.
They're going to give him the first down as you take a look at Brody Beagle. Again, checking in with Matt Dennison, coming back to the huddle with the play. They're trying to get back into the end zone with a little over 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
There you see they're going to go trips here to the field.
Beagle going to keep it himself. Turns the corner into that second level, has the first down and more. And finally, 4 or 5 Fairless Falcons have to bring him down after a big play.
And that's a nice job there. He uses his running back as kind of an ISO blocker on this. He lets the back go, and a little RPO action. He had the opportunity to throw it as well, but this time he elects to keep it, and he makes the right decisions as he picks up 17 on the Altman replay.
Yeah, the first guy to get there was Aiden Lancer. And then he got some help from his buddies to finally bring him down, but not after a big play and another Wildcat first down at the Falcons 39. Like the way this Canton South offense runs the football, Troy.
Well, they're balanced. They're having a little confusion here, though. But they got plenty of time on the play clock.
They're going to send trips to the right, and they have a single receiver up high.
Nice job of picking up the blitz.
Beagle throwing deep, has a man out there, and that is going to be a touchdown. From 39 yards away, Canton South is in the end zone for the 3rd time tonight.
And I think that's Conley with the reception, and they're going to get Canton South
celebration
for the celebration.
Torres Conley beat his man. We'll watch it again.
Play action, gives it time to develop. On the Papa Bears big play replay, look at the separation he gets. He gets about 2.5 steps there and manages to take it right into the end zone for a Wildcat touchdown.
A celebration penalty on Canton South. Matt Dennison, you can see him there in the middle of the screen. He's not happy about that. That's a penalty that I do not like, Troy. I think you let these kids celebrate. Not to the extreme, but you got to use some common sense, I would think.
And I'm sure Fairless will probably take that on the kickoff.
20-7, Canton South. The problem is, you do that in a close football game, it could cost you the game.
Well, and it's a close football game here.
It's 20-7.
Yeah, it's a 2-score game. And now, instead of being able to pin Fairless deep, Fairless is going to get the ball probably close to the 50. 15 yards on a kickoff is big in high school.
Canton South will kick it up, and the extra point is good. As Landon White is perfect on his 3rd PAT tonight. 4:20 to go in the half, and it's 21-7 Canton South. There you take a look, coming right at you is Torres Conley.
Don't forget to stick around for our Akron Auto Auction halftime report, brought to you by our good friends at the Akron Auto Auction, Chad Bailey and Company.
Right there off Wanderler Road in South Akron. Right there in the Kenmore Garfield area, if you're familiar with that area up in Akron.
Yeah, so you're going to be kicking off from the 25 here. And South should get the ball. I mean, Fairless, I'm sorry. Fairless should get the ball at least at the 40, but probably closer to the 50. But, you You never know. We've seen so many people jump here on the kickoff. What could happen? And South gets the ball to start the half. That was their third penalty for 35 yards.
Well, Canton South has not wanted to kick to Cam Carl or John Hill after they saw what Hill could do on a couple of returns. Now let's see what they do here. Are they going to kick it short or take their chances on kicking it to Carl or Hill?
They may just squib it right down the middle.
I think that's what I'd do.
Because the pooch, you're definitely giving them at least at the 50, probably your own 45.
So let's see what Matt Dennison wants Landon White to do, and that's exactly what they're going to line drive it down the field. It gets right by Hill, and they're going to pick it up at the 20. It's going to give time for Canton South special teams to come down and drop them right at the 25 and back of the play. Another flag goes down.
Another penalty just happened.
Wow.
How many of these penalties? We have seen a lot tonight.
Not sure if that is a block in the back or a face mask or what it is, but.
Well, Canton South, they had Fairless deep here. Let's see if they give them off the hook with another penalty.
Matt Dennison right out on the field to talk to the official.
He just signaled a block in the back. Sideline. Yep, they're going to let them off the hook again. They're going to get the ball out at the 40 instead of the 25. Canton South, their own worst enemy.
Now the referee's going to come over and talk to Coach Dennison. See if you can find it here, Troy. They're going to let that kick get by him.
Well, it said block. There can't be a block in the back. He must have been face mask. It's kind of hard to tell from up here.
That was finally Cam Carl, number 1, had picked him up.
Let's see where the face mask is. It wasn't on the tackle. Not quite sure what happened. They're going to get the ball at the 35.
I'm not sure if something happened in the tackle. Now they're going to pitch it out wide to McVicker, and he's going to turn the corner up over the 40 to the 42.
There's that little pitch pass again. That'll go down as passing yardage. Pick up a 7 on first down.
Troy McVicker, 175-pound senior, has been the go-to guy. You're going to see that Ruderbeck pitch. Stumbles a little bit, but stays on his feet.
Yeah, they're just outnumbering him there. They do a good job of the formations. Coach Sarbaugh does a great job putting his offense in a formation to get the blocking matchups that he wants.
Gain of 7 will be 2nd and 3 at the 42. Fairless trying to answer this Canton South touchdown, and once again a 5-yard penalty against Fairless. That may be their 4th procedure penalty of the night.
It is their 4th, and it's their, I'm sorry, that's their 5th. And that's their 7th penalty of the night. I'm sure that's something Coach Sarbaugh is going to want to address at halftime.
Now it's going to be 2nd and 8. Ball back at the 37. Going to send Cam Carl in motion.
He's going to turn upfield again.
Oh my. This has just got to drive A.J. Sarbaugh crazy. He sat there in the sidelines. This is what, penalty number 8?
Yeah, and this is not what you expect out of an A.J. Sarbaugh coach team.
There comes the call from a busy. That's going to be.
Well, they're going to call that
South.
He turned upfield too soon. Wow, I'm not quite sure what the call was there again. But
now Matt Dennison, he is upset on the sidelines.
I would be livid. I would call a timeout and want to talk to the official.
He's trying to figure out what the call is.
He has every right to on that, because that guy clearly turned upfield.
I'm not sure what the call would even be against Canton South. 2nd and 3. They're going to run the football. And they're going to stop him. That had to fire up that Wildcat defense. They're going to stop him after a short gain, which is going to bring up a 4th and short.
I think it's 3rd because of all the penalties. It's going to be
3rd and about 1.5, maybe.
I'm Coach Dennison. I want an explanation. I mean,
can't figure out what they would call on that.
Yeah, they turned up field early. I don't know if they got him for calling the signal again, or
maybe it's offsides on Canton South. I'm not sure.
But when the offense turns up, I don't know.
No, I agree. Once he turned up field before the snap, that's an automatic 5-yard penalty. Now it's 3rd and 1.
That pitch pass out of this.
And once again, they stop play, and Canton South's going to call a timeout.
They didn't have the right. Last time South called this, I think Fairless ripped off a play for when they called a timeout Fairless ripped off a play for about 15 yards.
2 minutes and 23 seconds left here in the first half from Canton South. The Wildcats lead Fairless 21-7. Next week, Big Time Sports will be over at Jackson for a heck of a game. Should be Jackson and McKinley. Should be a big Federal League game. McKinley at Lake tonight. So a lot happening in the final 3 weeks of the season, Troy.
Yeah, a lot on the line. Still league championships to be decided.
A lot of computer points.
Yep, a lot of playoff computer points. Teams trying to make that surge at the end. And you're getting against teams that maybe have 5 or 6 wins, and that adds up. And now only 12 teams making the playoffs. That changes things. Here you see Coach Dennison not happy at all.
Yeah, I think you and I would both like to get an explanation on that, but it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Falcons at their own 44.
Fairless kind of condensing their formation here. What?
And now we have another stoppage of play as the officials are going to come in and
sideline warning on Fairless. I think they already had one, but our players got to come out.
That's number 2, Hunter Dean. They had to come out, and now Fairless is going to re-huddle. A little confusing here, Troy, exactly what's happening out there.
A lot of confusion out there.
We do know there's 2:23 left in the half, that the Canton South leads 21-7. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Fairless at their own 44 as they break the huddle.
We should have been at halftime 20 minutes ago.
Ritterbeck going to keep it himself. He's going to have the first down over the 45 to the 46. Good safe call there by A.J. Sarval to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, and he didn't need to get much. And, hey, put in the hands of one of your best athletes, let him go straight ahead. Little jet motion to kind of open things up. And, you know, Fairless is keeping the drive alive.
Yeah, from field level, let's watch it again.
Nice job by his offensive line coming off the football.
Tackle up front by Canton South. Looked like there was Andrew Marsh. Ritterbeck again rolling right, throwing downfield. And a good leaping catch. Looked like that was Cam Carl that came down with it.
That is a big catch. That keeps the drive alive, and it takes the clock a little bit, helps you out there. They're going to keep it running here because he caught it in bounds. That's going to be a big first down for the Falcons. Nice catch. I like how these receivers for Fairless go up and attack the football. This is a nice job coming down with it, but you want to get up here, the clock should be running.
Down at the Canton South 28-yard line. Going to pitch it out once again to McVicker. A little sidestep into the center of the field as another flag goes down. Back of the play. And if it's against Fairless, they're getting close to double digits in penalties.
Yeah. I think it is. I think it's going to be a hold.
Holding on Fairless. Going to push that back. So every time they do something positive, that penalty flag sets them back.
Yeah, and then we've had the penalty that we thought was going to be on Fairless, but was ended up on South. They're going to have a quad set here, look. They're going empty with quads here to the field. Haven't seen this look out of Fairless, and we're going to get a penalty again.
Another penalty, throwing deep
Illegal
downfield.
formation.
Has a man out there, and that is going to be caught for a touchdown. Again, it's Cam Carl that broke free.
Illegal formation.
But let's see what the penalty is. That could be against Fairless. They're going to talk about it.
Yeah, it's going to be illegal formation.
That was number 7, John Hill, that caught it. Hill, number 7, Cam Carl, number 1. And that's going to be against Fairless. Wow, penalty number 10.
They must not have had enough guys on the line of scrimmage, but I thought if we can get another look at that, I thought the guy on the end here was on the end, and you had your wide receiver at the other end, which would give you men on the line of scrimmage. Oh, we can't see it from the bottom of the screen.
Up on top,
Yeah.
that is John Hill, number 7, who makes a nice catch. Good concentration by Hill right in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown, but that won't count as the clock is now down to 1:39 to go in the half.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is on this side at the end of the line, wide receiver wasn't on the line of scrimmage. They're going to go empty again. We should have been at halftime 20 minutes ago.
Ball at the 40-yard line. Carl goes in motion, and a flag again goes down back of the play.
Delay a game.
Delay a game on Fairless. I didn't even see the
play clocks aren't working. That's the problem here. Yeah. You got play clocks, and they're not working.
Yeah, the play clock is stuck at 25, so this will push the football back to the 45.
10th penalty of the game for Fairless.
Cam Carl comes in motion, ends up in the slot. And Rickerbeck's going to throw, has a man wide open. That is Zach Gilkerson. And 3-4, finally, Canton South Wildcats bring him down at the 37.
And a nice job of tackling him inbounds so that the clock has to continue to run and force Fairless to go a little hurry up here. That's a good look downfield. He checks all the way down. And nice job. Good roll out here again. That's a great job of getting to the sidelines and knowing where the sidelines are at and using that as an extra timeout.
Back to live action. That was Landon Castler that caught the pass from Ritterbeck.
Yeah, you've got the south corners and secondary give them a little bit of a cushion here because they don't want to give up the big play. You don't want to give up the touchdown. But that was a nice job of picking up a little bit of chunk. Now you're looking at 3rd and 9.
Ball down at the Canton South 26-yard line on that right hash. They're going to send 4 receivers on the wide side of the field.
Well, this is where they went up top last time when they had this look.
Ritterbeck, deep drop. Going to take off. Breaks a couple tackles, and finally they get him with another flag goes down at the 22. Wow. We have seen probably more flags in this first half, Troy, than we've seen
in entire games. We've seen more on Fairless than we've seen entire games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're talking about it
around
again.
the field, and
they're going to wave it off. That's the second time I think they've waved off a penalty tonight.
More laundry than you see in a washing machine. Got to thank the guys in the truck for that one. Now.
Keep them awake in there.
4th and 6.
Minute 2 left to go in the half. Now the game clock's going to start. You're down less than a minute to go.
You got to pick up the first down. They got to get the ball inside the 19-yard line.
Fairless, I think, with only 1 timeout left here in the half. Ritterbeck with an empty backfield. Throws over the middle, has a man out there, and it's picked off, intercepted right at the goal line, and brought upfield, and then chased out of bounds at the 15.
He did a nice job of baiting him. He just sat there in center field, made it look like it was wide open. As you take a look here at the Mount Hope defensive replay. Great job here by the safety rotating over. Comes up, just picks it, and then knows, hey, let's just get out of bounds. We'll take it into halftime. Maybe, could be some time for some penalties here on the big Mount Hope defensive play.
That was Torres Connolly, number 7, that played center field and picked it off for a big interception by Canton South, as it looked like Fairless was going to get into the end zone. And now Canton South and head coach Matt Dennison have 37 seconds to eat this clock and go in with a 21-7 halftime lead. I'd be surprised if they do anything but kneel right here, Troy.
Yep. Well, they're not. They're going to run a play.
High snap. Then they fumble the football. They fumble it, and I think Canton South got it back. And Matt Dennison beside himself.
You might just say
one.
kneel it, or just why are you even risking a handoff here? Whoa.
They wanted to hand it off, and that was almost disaster for Canton South. That would have given Fairless great field position with less than a minute to go. And the clock continues to run, and that'll be it. Well, we have seen a lot of flags. We've seen 28 points. 21 of them belong to Canton South. We're going to come back and talk about it. Watch all the big plays right after this on Big Time Sports.
Speedy Septic Service. We are a family-owned, full-service residential, agricultural, and commercial sewer and drain cleaning service. We have highly trained technicians equipped to utilize the most advanced technologies in high-pressure jetting and video inspections of sewers, with many of them with us for over 12 years. We have expanded our services, including Tuscarawas County operations and maintenance and point-of-sale inspections. Call 330-878-5423. Speedy Septic Service.
With Bell Store's Bell Buddy Rewards, you save in-store and at the pump. New members receive 20 cents off per gallon as a welcome gift. Everyday savings are made easy. Instantly enjoy 3 cents off per gallon just for being a member. When you spend $25 in store, unlock an extra 5 cents off per gallon on your next fill-up. Buy 5, get 1 free. Track your drinks and earn free coffee, fountain, icy, and espresso with drink clubs. So start saving today. Download the Bell Stores app and sign up for Bell Buddy Rewards.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, one, ensure our customer the right way, but then two, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
Welcome to Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern, Ohio, your ultimate destination for automotive excellence. Get behind the wheel of your dreams with our exclusive lineup of top quality vehicles. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, we have something for every driver. Explore our wide selection of premium cars and let our expert team help you find the perfect match. Don't settle for ordinary. Upgrade to extraordinary at Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern.
There are 87,000 new IRS agents. Fireside Tax is the best accounting value in Stark County. With audit defense and identity theft restoration through Protection Plus, Fireside Tax can help you deal with the new agent. Fireside Tax has been in business for over 18 years and provides tax, accounting, and payroll services, including flat fee accounting and flat fee payroll. Fireside Tax also handles individual and small business income tax returns.
Attention golfers, be sure to visit Willie's Custom Golf in Stroudsburg. Willie's features 3 TrackMan simulators to sharpen your game. Enjoy the outdoor and indoor driving range and browse in our fully stocked pro shop. Private lessons available from our golf professionals. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Willie's Custom Golf has it all. For
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back at Canton South High School. You're watching the Big Time Sports Game of the Week. We were in the pack tonight down at Canton South, and the score is Canton South 21 and Fairless 7. Troy, you've been working hard on the stats, so what do we have here at halftime?
Well, we want to thank our good friends at the Akron Auto Auction for sponsoring a halftime report. It has been all Canton South running the football, 107 to just 20 for Fairless. Fairless had some negative plays. Fairless had to move the ball through the air, 78. One of the reasons they're not running it much because they've been behind the sticks a lot, to 74 Canton South. First down, 7-11, but the penalties, 10 for Fairless for 65, 5 for South. Theirs have come in the major category. And then the one turnover at the end there for the Falcons to end the first half, and that's your Akron Auto Auction halftime report. 15
penalties between these two teams. Haven't seen much of that during the week, but let's take a look at the highlights. We will not highlight the penalties.
Yeah, this is going to be a big defense. No penalties here. Big defensive play by the Wildcats there, stuffing it. And here you see the touchdown right off the quarterback call as he keeps it, takes it right into the end zone. More defense being played by those Wildcats, coming up with a big sack there. Fairless is coming up again. I mean, we're watching two teams that can fly to the football defensively, but when you get down to the 3, it just ends up being a touchdown for the Wildcats. There's they take it to the house. Fairless on that slant, they get there into the end zone themselves on a nice play there to get them back on the board. But here you see the Big South touchdown, the celebration at the end, which gets them 15, and that puts them up 21-7. And here's a great catch by the Falcons, but all for naught. Gets that drive alive when you end up throwing the pick. When you throw the pick here, because of the interception, nice job of baiting him, rolls it over like a center fielder, like Willie Mays Hayes playing center field for the Indians.
Yeah, Torres Conley with the touchdown catch and also the interception. He's been a busy man. Hey, we're going to take a break. We're at halftime at Canton South. It is the Wildcats 21, Fairless 7. We're back with the second half kickoff right after this on Big Time Sports.
The newly remodeled 30-acre Akron Auto Auction, located at 2471 Lay Drive in Akron. Our weekly auction starts at 9 a.m. every Tuesday. Our public auction offers repossessions and U.S. government vehicles. Akron Auto Auction makes buying and selling with confidence as effortless as possible. We're open to dealers and the public. Check current weekly inventory or learn more at akronautoauction.com or call 330-773-8245.
Introducing Pizza Oven, a legacy since 1956. For decades, we've delighted taste buds with our authentic flavors. Indulge in our scrumptious menu, carefully crafted to satisfy every craving. From crispy pizzas to fresh salads, tender chickens to savory pasta, we have it all. Visit pizzaoven56.com and experience the taste of tradition at your fingertips. Pizza Oven, serving Northeast Ohio at our 10 locations.
LodgeVision Technologies is a locally owned IT service management group in Winesburg, Ohio. If your small business has technology needs ranging from workstation setups to network management, filtering, and cybersecurity, LodgeVision Technologies has the team and experience to create a solution unique to your business. Our goal is to simplify your business by taking the complexity and difficulty out of technology. Contact LodgeVision Technologies and experience a true peace of mind with all of your technology needs.
Dumont Sporting Goods has been outfitting winning teams since 1977. Put Doug Clark and his experienced staff to work for your team. See them for school jackets, silk screening, and embroidery. Dumont's is especially proud to be your exclusive area Russell Athletic Team Specialist. All of the name brands you love close to home. That's Dumont's Sporting Goods on Tuscarawas Avenue in downtown Dover. Team Specialist since 1977.
Vitamins and minerals, feeding champions since 1983.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back at Canton South High School as we are ready for the second half kickoff, which is being brought to you by Van Nostrand, Young, and Coots. They're asking, when was the last time you reviewed your insurance coverage? There's enough uncertainty in the world. Make sure you have the right business, auto, and life insurance protection. Van Nostrand, Young, and Coots is an independent insurance agency right here in the Stark County area, and they're there to help you for your business and your family. Highly recommended by Troy Richardson.
Oh, they're great. I'm with them. I brought my mom over to them, and what I like is my mom is a little older, and she'll have questions, and she can call them, and they explain everything to her in a way that she can understand. And as a son and as someone,
peace of mind.
Peace of mind. You have Joe, that is perfect way to say it. It is a peace of mind knowing that you're with people you can trust, who care about their communities and care about the people they serve.
Fairless will kick off to Canton South to begin the second half. A lot of penalties, 15 exactly in the first half, 10 for Fairless, 5 for Canton South. Looking forward, hopefully, to a clean second half here, Troy.
I hope so, Joe.
Therese Connolly, number 7. Going to return this kick right up the left side in the middle of the field, gaining some speed, still on his feet, into Fairless territory. Watch the balance on that young man all the way down, close to the 40-yard line. That was fun to watch on the kickoff here in the second half.
Yeah, Conley wastes no time making his presence known here in the second half. As you see, just a burst of speed. Great work here again from the guys at Image Video. Catches it on the run, makes one cut right there, gonna make a guy miss, gonna break an arm tackle, showing his strength and the balance to pick up that extra 7 or 8 yards to run the ball deep into Falcon territory.
That was Braylon Terrell. I think they said it was Hill. That was Braylon Terrell on that left side. He was back there with Conley. He took that kick and he brought it all the way back to the Fairless 42, where the Wildcats have it 1st and 10. Going to run the football. And good second effort. Going to take it down close to the 36. Like the way these Canton South running backs run the football.
They run hard. And for Fairless too, both these teams run the ball very hard. They're not afraid of some physical play. And you have got to get them low, and you've got to get a lot of helmets to the football. If not, they're going to keep picking up an extra 2 or 3 yards at a crack.
Troy McVicker then on the stop on Braylon Conley. We mentioned Conley, 195 and a junior. Gain of 6 in the play. Going to run it again. They're going to have a first down as they come close to the 30.
I think that might have been another busted play that still works out in the Wildcat favor.
There you see Brody Beagle, 5'8", 175 and a junior.
Yeah, that snap kind of threw him off. He couldn't make the handoff action.
They wanted to give it to Conley, but Beagle, who is a veteran quarterback, quickly turned that negative into a positive.
Well, it looks like they got the play clocks working here too. Must have made some technical adjustments at halftime.
It's amazing what you can do when you plug them in. 21-7, Canton South trying to add on here in their first possession of the second half. Beagle going to keep it himself. Runs over that left side, runs into a lot of white shirts from Fairless. Down he goes, but he's going to have positive yardage. In fact, he's going to have a quick 5. Will bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, good call there by Beagle. Quarterback ISO. Uses running back as a lead blocker. Manages to pick up 5 yards. Every time you win first down, it makes the play calling so much easier for your offensive coordinator, in this case, Matt Dennison.
Daniel Bonnell bringing that play on from the sidelines. He's number 1, and he'll be out wide to the left. 2nd and 5. Beagle going to give it to Conley, trying to turn the corner. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds, but it gets close to the 22, where it'll bring up a 3rd down, although the Wildcats are in 4-down territory. Let's watch it again from ground level on the Altman replay.
Yeah, they do a nice job of stretching it out, but he just can't. Such speed, he slowly gets upfield. He manages to pick up 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 1.
Zach Gilkerson was the guy that ran him out of bounds for Fairless. 3rd and 1 at the Falcon 22. Canton South already up 21-7. Beagle once again to Conley over that right side. And he will punish some tacklers down to about the 15-yard line. He takes people on, Troy, at 195.
Yeah, they're not afraid of contact. I mean, football's not a contact sport. It's a collision sport. And they're not afraid of the collision. They come up and they want that, and they seem to thrive on it, these running backs for Canton South.
C.J. Pumio was the guy that came up and knocked him down, number 24. That Pumio name is very famous down in that Fairless community. There's been a number of those young men who have been outstanding football players and athletes. Conley again trying to turn the corner and hammered out of bounds. They run into the short side of the field and they're out of bounds at the 10.
Yeah, this time they do manage to push him out of bounds, but they do a nice job of stretching out, but he still manages to pick up 5 yards, and they're just working that boundary constantly as Canton South.
Zachary Gilkerson this time ran him out of bounds, number 8. As you see Beagle come back into the huddle.
Look for them to try to go to the wide side here.
They got a lot of field to the left. Going to send twin receivers that way.
Well, the DN was playing almost head up. They got the backer over there.
Beagle to Conley. To the goal line. Touchdown, Canton South. Braylon Conley turned the corner. Nobody took him on. He waltzes into the end zone for another Canton South touchdown.
There's going to be a hold here on Canton South because we needed to have a penalty here.
Why not, huh?
Yep. That's going to make it a little bit harder here for South. Back it up.
Penalty number 16 in this game.
That's going to wipe off a South touchdown. It's still going to be manageable here.
And if you just tuned in, I said penalty number 16. That's exactly what I meant, if you can't believe it.
Yeah, for both these teams.
Combined 16 penalties on the night. And now Canton South with 8:27 to go in the third will try and overcome that penalty and get back in the end zone.
3rd and 12.
Ball on the 17 of Fairless. Conley runs into a pack of white shirts. Not much there. He'll take it inside the 15. Down to about the 14.
We're looking at 4th down. Is it just 3rd this time? It's hard to keep track with all the penalties that we've had. That's going to make it 3rd and 9. So you still got 2 plays here to pick up 9 yards.
Looked like that was Hunter Dean, the senior, run on the tackle. They can get a first down at about the 6-yard line.
They're looking to get 6 points.
3rd and 9. Beagle
Got
looking left, throws, and it's going to be picked off in the end zone. Coming up that right side. Plenty of room ahead of him at the 40, at the 50. It's a foot race down the sidelines, and it's going to go all the way for a 100-yard touchdown interception by Fairless, and they are right back in this game.
They are right back in it. I don't know what the quarterback saw. The ball just got away from him. He had the guy wide open in the flats. I mean, he is wide open in the flats, and he just overthrows him. And he's able to take this 99 yards. This might be the longest interception return in Fairless Falcon history on the big Mount Hope defensive play as he takes that 99 yards to pay dirt.
Antrell Hunter, number 4. The man of the hour down at Fairless, doing it here at Canton South. 21-13. The Falcons on a big play early here in the 3rd quarter.
And that's definitely a candidate for our iCryo Stone Cold Player of the Game. Don't forget at the end of the game, our iCryo Stone Cold Player of the Game will get a free month-long cryo pass to iCryo.
Jameis Robinson kicks it up through the uprights, and it's a 21-14 game with 7:32 to go in the 3rd quarter. And that is a huge play for Fairless to get back in it.
That'll get the Falcon fans excited. If you want to get excited, be our guest at Hot Shots Pickleball Club in North Canton with no commitment. Be our guest and play today. They've got their junior academy where fun meets fundamentals. Young players learn the game in a positive and encouraging environment. Skills, drills, and more, and games at Hot Shots Pickleball right off I-77 in North Canton. Also want to thank our friends at the Beaver Company, Beaver Construction and Beaver Excavating, for being a sponsor here on Big Time Sports. They bring communities together and take a total community approach when it comes to their building. They are building high-performing facilities for elite athletes. True project partners embracing a transparent approach to everything. That's Beaver Construction and Beaver Excavating.
We had a perfect look at that interception from the press box, Troy. Wide open, and then Antrell Hunter jumped right in front of the receiver. He went untouched down the sidelines for 99.5 yards. Interception, touchdown. Fairless with 14 points on the board. Canton South leads 21-14, but you got to feel momentum now has shifted to the Falcons a little bit.
Yeah, the ball must have just slipped out of the quarterback's hands. He saw him wide open in the flats. I thought it would have been an easy completion, but instead the ball just floats on him.
Jameis Robinson will kick it off for Fairless. And a little squibber right down the center of the field. Bounces off one of the Wildcats, and he's going to down it right at the 25 or 26-yard line. Now they're going to spot it inside the 25 at the 24.
And if you're Canton South, you can't let that mistake snowball here your next possession. You had a little miscue on the kick return. You don't want to have a miscue on this drive. As you take a look here at that squibber right down there, ricochets off a player, and he's smart, just heads up, dive on the football.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous for the Wildcats. Instead, they down it at the 24. And they come out 1st and 10 with 7:27 to go in the 3rd. They were moving the football right down the field until that interception. Brody Beagle right back out on the field. Going to give it once again to Braylon Conley. And the big guy rumbles over the 30 to the 32. Again, we talked about him. He's a 195-pound junior, and he runs hard.
He runs really hard, and this is it. They're going to keep the ball on the ground now. You've got a kid who can carry it. He can tote the rock. Let him tote the rock. Let him make plays. And there you take a look at a big play he makes on the Altman replay.
C.J. Pumnio on the stop, coming up from that strong safety spot to make the tackle, but not before a gain of 8 by Braylon Conley. He'll get it one more time. Running hard over the left side. He's got the first down with a couple of yards to spare.
And that's you needed to answer right back. Canton South, you got a first down now. You're running the football. You're controlling it here a little bit offensively. Just a nice job again. His O-line does a good job of getting that surge up front. The big guy's doing a nice job. When you look at Canton South's offensive line of Spear, Colfer Black, Bryson, Walters, and Jamerson do a good job getting the movement up front.
In the middle of that Fairless defense, Grady Vaughn, Bo Sheets, they were there to make the tackle. 1st and 10 for Canton South at their own 36. Conley going to get it. Down he goes. Big play. And coming up to make the stop, he's been active all night long, is Troy McVicker.
Well, they do a nice job. They fill the pulling guard spot. The linebacker gets right in the hip of the puller right here. And you're going to see it. He just shoots right through the gap, and it's just exposed, and trying to go wide like that is an easy play for a nice tackle for about a 6-yard loss.
McVicker, running back, linebacker, a senior at 175, hit him low and brought him down. Beagle going to throw. Throws. It is caught and out of bounds right into the Fairless sidelines over the 45 to about the 47.
And they're going to say, I think he's just going to be just short of the first down.
They usually don't even measure anymore, Troy. They just eyeball it and say, let's move on.
Yeah, they're going to say he's short this time by about a yard.
There's a look at it again on the Altman replay.
And a nice job of battling back there. You throw the interception. Hey, you got a quarterback who can play. Roll him out again. Let him make the completion.
Good catch there by Torres Conley, the junior wide receiver, on the nice pass by Brody Beagle. So 3rd and 1 for Canton South at their own 45 on that left hash. Wide side of the field. They'll send wide receivers, 3 of them to the right. Beagle going to keep it. And he'll go into Fairless territory. They may spot it right at the 50. Nevertheless, that's going to be a Wildcat first down.
Yeah, they get across the 50. They pick up the first down, and that's the important thing, is they keep moving the sticks.
Boy, they were moving it so well. As I watch it again on the Altman replay.
They moved it last time till the interception when kid takes it 99-yard to the house. Don't forget, we'll have our iCrowd Stone Cold Player of the Game at the end of the game. They'll receive a free month-long pass to iCrowd, Belden Village.
Ethan Miller made the stop for Fairless. 1st and 10. Again, they're going to give it to Braylon Conley. And that Falcon defense right now, they got to be keying on Conley. He's getting the carry just about every down.
Well, you got to watch it here for the quarterback keeping it.
Exactly.
Because the quarterback, when you watch this, look how long they mesh for it. It's hard to tell with that quick snap. But they mesh for so long, and that makes the defense have to keep making decisions. And the longer the quarterback can do it, the better chance he has the opportunity to make the right read.
They've got Diego Batista in at running back right now, 185 in the juniors, and giving Conley a little bit of a rest. 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2. Going to throw it. Caught. That's Torres Conley. He's got the first down on a nice catch. He is an outstanding receiver.
And that is a great pass. Quarterback there, he threads the needle for Canton South. That is a great job there by Beagle. Stands tall in the pocket, but there's 3 defenders right around him. You see it right there in the picture, and he throws it where only he can catch it.
Again, C.J. Pumnio was the guy that brought him down. There you get a look at Torres Conley. Got to be one of the outstanding receivers in the pack, and he's only a junior. He's slot to the right. This time they're going to give it to Conley, and he squirts away. Gets inside the 30. Finally brought down by Cam Carl, who's in on defense, number 1.
And he does a nice job of bouncing this, where he bounces the outside, and that's where he picks up his yardage. And that's what he does so well. He doesn't pick up a lot of his yardage on that initial run where it's supposed to go, but on his decision after that first option gets closed off. You see the option get closed off, he bounces it to the outside. Great vision as a running back.
2nd and 2. Canton South now down at the Fairless 28, leading 21-14. Once again, it's the quarterback Beagle that's going to keep it. You mentioned that, Troy. You got to watch out for him to keep the football after handing it off to Conley most of the time tonight.
And what's he do? He picks up another first down. The clock keeps ticking.
I'd be surprised if Matt Dennison puts it much in the air from this point. He thinks he can run the football.
Well, look at Beagle just skinny through the hole right there. There was not much room. I mean, he gains another pound. He might not make it through there, but a great job getting through for another first down.
Ball down at the Fairless 22. Less than 3 minutes to go here in a fast third quarter. Again, Beagle's going to keep it, running right. Breaks one tackle, breaks another one, and carries a couple Falcons down to the 17.
Nice job keeping it on the ground. Picks up 5. A little shaken up, but shaken, not stirred. He's going to keep bouncing back.
We had Brody Beagle on our weekly TV show as we watch him again on the Altman replay. And Matt Dennison was saying, hey, I can't keep him out of the quarterback spot. He's an outstanding defensive player, but he's so good at quarterback, I got to keep him there. He's got to stay in the game.
Hey, Jack Sawyer did it at high school down at Pickering, played defensive end and quarterback for the Tigers.
2nd and 5. Connolly looking for some running room inside the 10. And the big guy rumbles for another first down.
And once again, it's not the first option of where the hole is. It's where his vision allows him to run. You're going to see him get jammed up right there. Got to bounce it. Then he's going to cut it back again. Good job of the offensive lineman working to second level. That allows him to make the cut for the touchdown.
Ontrell Hunter made the stop. Boy, he was the guy that brought that interception back 99 yards for a touchdown that brought the game to where it is now, 21-14. But Canton South once again on the ground. They're going to give it to Connolly, working his way toward the 5. And it's going to be inside the 5. They had him stop, Troy, but he got a hit of steam and got a few more yards.
Yeah, they're definitely within field goal range here, but they're looking to get 6. As they pull that wing there as a lead blocker too, but look at him spin through. He should have been brought down at the 8, maybe the 7-yard line. Instead, he makes it down to the 3.
Big number 75, you see him there, Blake Walders. James Bryson, number 54. D'Angelo Spear, 56. Andrew March, 79. That's that big offensive line, along with Jonathan Koffel-Black, the center.
Bounces out again. This time, nothing there. Good swarming defense by the Falcons coming up to make that play. And right now, I think Canton South has the opportunity maybe to think about it at the quarter here.
C.J. Pumio was the guy that led the charge, and I think you're right, Troy. They may not get another playoff. The game clock down to 23 and running.
Oh, they're going to try to get another one off here.
3rd and 4. From the 4. Beagle going to roll right, looking end zone, and caught for a touchdown. Torres Conley.
Right off his hands.
Off his hands.
Off his hands.
Boy, it looked like he caught it. We are shielded from that play up here on the press box. We had to look outside to take a look. And that was right in his hands, Troy. I thought that was a catch. Yeah. Let's watch it again from ground level. Beagle right on the spot, and Conley can't hang on.
Well, he throws it right on the money, and it just comes right off his hands. You look at the Altman replay.
Boy, he wants that one back, and now they're going to have to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, this is not what they wanted definitely to get 6, but you definitely – I thought they would try to let the quarter run out and then think about your play. But there might not have been the differentiation on the play clock.
Landon White at the 12 would be a 22-yarder. That kick is up, and it is good. So Canton South adds 3, should have been 7, and it's 24-14 Canton South late here in the second quarter.
Well, in the third quarter here is they do a nice job of extending it to a 2-possession ball game. I want to thank our friends at Fireside Tax. Tax season coming up, folks. You may spell it with 3 letters, but a lot of people use 4 for it. And you want to reach out to Tim Singo and his crew at Fireside Tax. Check them out on the web at firesidetax.com. I use them. They do a great job of getting your money back. I know for me, I've got a couple of W-2s, some 1099s, and there's a lot of complicated things go in there with the big, beautiful bill. Now that if you're a tip worker, you get that money back now. And you want somebody who can handle that. And that's Tim Singo and his crew at firesidetax.com. That's firesidetax.com.
Well, Canton South, after the 99-yard interception they threw to Ontrell Hunter, they get the football back, and give them credit, Troy. They go right down the field and score. You got to give them a lot of credit. They were down, had to be down after that one, but they go down and kick the field goal to make it 24-14.
Yeah.
Now they'll try and play defense. Landon White has the ball teed up right in the middle of the field at the 40. And Fairless has a couple dangerous return men. Number 1, Cam Carl. Number 7, John Hill. Standing at the 10. I'm not sure they're going to kick it to him. Well, they do.
Oh,
they
that's
kick
a
it
big
deep.
boom.
And that's going to come down right at the 5-yard line. Coming up the left side, and look out.
A gap.
Oh, my. He was a couple steps away from taking that one a long way. John Hill was on the move.
That's going to take the quarter.
3 quarters in the books. We've got an exciting fourth quarter. Stay with us. It's 24-14 Canton South on the Big Time Sports Game of the Week.
Treat your family to the best in dining pleasure at Chibo's Restaurant in Waynesburg. The very best in homemade pasta, rigatoni, and spaghetti will delight your appetite. And the homemade rolls and bread are menu favorites. Visit Chibo's once and you'll become a regular. Other popular items like chicken, ham, and veal parmesan highlight our menu. Take the short drive to great food at Chibo's in Waynesburg.
At Wayne Door, we are your trusted partner in helping you build your dream home with quality technicians who pay attention to every detail so you won't have to pay costly future repairs. At Wayne Door, we only install high-quality products to protect your family for generations to come. We have your whole house covered with garage doors, windows, and more. So choose the team at Wayne Door. People you can trust since 1973. Visit waynedoor.com for a free quote today.
Unleash the champion in you at T-County Boxing Academy. From beginners to seasoned pros, our classes are tailored for every age and skill level. Get ready to jab, hook, and cross your way to greatness with our expert trainers. Join a community where everyone is welcome to embrace the power within. It's not just a workout, it's a journey to a stronger, more confident you. T-County Boxing Academy, where champions are made. Sign up now and step into the ring of endless possibilities.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Rightmark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Rightmark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back in Canton South. 3 quarters in the books. 24-14 Canton South.
As you take a look at our Kimball Recycling quarterly recap, I want to thank our good friends at Kimball Recycling for sponsoring the quarterly recap. And there you see it, 98 yards taken it to the house. And this was the only time that Fairless got to touch the ball the entire third quarter, Joe.
You're exactly right.
And then you see it right there, and then South, oh, hands off the ricochet. But you're going to come away with 3 points on the field goal. And that's where we're at on our Kimball Recycling quarterly recap. And you're getting to see Fairless run their first play of the second half, and it comes in the fourth quarter. And they've cut into the lead.
Mikey Ritterback is the quarterback. Going to keep it himself and turn it upfield to the 42-yard line. Had a man in motion. And pretty good gain on first down.
It's not too often you can cut into the lead and not run your first play of the second half till the first play of the
first time I've seen that in quite a while.
That was pretty cool.
Canton South defense now trying to come up with a stop.
So they go that pitch pass again.
They do. Pitched it out wide. Going to be a big play, and as McVicker takes people on and have a big play down inside the 45 to the 43, and Fairless on the move again.
Well, they really like to run that into the boundary when they have that double wing set there. They like to run that. They get the extra blockers there, and if you don't adjust it, there you see the double wings. If you don't adjust it, they're going to outnumber you and outflank you. And when they turn that flank, they have the ability to get upfield. Same formation. Well, it's a tight bunch this time. They're going to run it again.
McVicker again. 1, 2, 3. Canton South Wildcats bring him down, but they found something there on that left side with that pitch pass.
Well, they run that tight bunch in there, and that's where they have the front guy like a pivot man in a triangle formation. They've see good blocking there. And a lot of people like to run things out of bunch, run plays and pass plays, because you get good blocking angles.
Pretty good defense there by number 31 for Canton South.
Not sure why the clock stopped.
I think that's Kelsey Morris. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Clock not a factor yet. We've got over 10 minutes to go in this one. 24-14 Canton South.
Now who jumped? We got options here, folks.
It looked like the middle of that Canton South defense, but let's see what they call.
False start.
Penalty number 17 in this game. Do I have that right, Troy?
I think you do. I'm not a math major. But there they went with a double tight look, which I love. And I'm surprised more teams, you've seen the NFL do this, go double tight, because so many defensive have been made to go with the spread with, you know, only 5 offensive linemen. You go 7, you're going to create some gaps.
2nd and 9 for the Falcons at the Canton South 42. Trying to close the gap.
A late arriving player there for Fairless. Real late arriving.
Cam Carl in motion. Flag goes down. Ritterbeck's going to run it. And this may be coming back.
And I wonder if it's because of that late arriving player.
Somebody slamming the door down to the other side of the press box. I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, illegal substitution.
And it looks like Matt Dennison's going to
he might want
to decline that one.
Yeah. So that's one less penalty we might get to see.
And that's exactly what Canton South's going to do. Is you take a look again at A.J. Sarbaugh pacing the sidelines, but he's in this game in the 4th quarter. That's all you can ask after everything bad that's happened in the first half.
Right.
Ritterbeck's going to bring him out on 3rd and 12. Deep drop. Going to throw that screen. And Canton South's going to defend it well. Right in front of the Fairless sidelines. They come up with a big defensive play, and looked like that was Archer Edwards.
Yeah, that was a nice job of sniffing out the screen play. And when the quarterback keeps taking a straight back drop like that, you're as a defensive lineman, you start sprinting backwards. And they do a great job of just staying home and getting off their blocks and flying upfield to make tackles. That great, well-coached defense by the Wildcats.
And I think that was a 9th grader that made that stop, Troy.
And look at South. Fairless might try to go deep again.
Throwing deep, and it is going to be nearly picked off at the 23-yard line. They want that one back.
Now it's going to bring up a punting situation here for the Falcons.
Braylon Terrell was the guy that had it in his hands and couldn't come up with the football. From ground level, let's watch it again on the Altman replay.
Great look here again, coming right into your living room, and the ball just ricochets off the hands. And once again, we got to talk about the guys at Image Video who do an amazing job. What happened? Oh, that was 4th down, so it wasn't a punting situation.
Yeah, it was 4th and long.
The guys
after
here,
Matt Dennison turned down that penalty.
Yeah, the guys here at Image, they're 4 or 5 hours before the game, setting up the cameras, looking at the right angles. They may spend, 2 hours just trying to get that perfect camera angle set up. And you got to give hats off to the guys at Image Video for doing all the great work.
Canton South going to run the football. Good second effort there by Brody Beagle. Boy, he ran into some trouble after about a 2-yard gain to his left. Stayed on his feet. He's going to pick up almost 8.5.
Well, I was talking to site manager Chris Bergert before the game here for Canton South. And he was saying, you got to watch Beagle. Everyone, when it talks about his arm and everything, he goes, he has got some legs and he can run, and he is not afraid to take a hit and deliver a hit. And he runs like a defensive player almost, where you want that contact. And that's what I like out of this Brody Beagle.
Gain of about 9 will be 2nd and 1. Ball at the 48 of Fairless. Now they're going to run upfield, and that's going to be once again Braylon Conley. And you can't stop him with one man. That's going to take a couple guys to bring him down. And getting off the pack was number 53, Bo Sheets, and number 65, Grady Vaughn.
Well, we talked about in our keys to the game, you got to let your athletes play. You got to unhitch the horses. And for South, they're starting to do it almost like they're wearing Fairless down. Fairless maybe doesn't have a little bit more two-way players than South has, and they're sticking with it, but I think that's just starting to show here a little bit late in the fourth.
A little over 8 minutes to go in the game. Beagle going to keep it again. Over that right side again, good yardage down to the 30-yard line. He's running behind a big offensive line. D'Angelo Spear, we talked about him in both ways, 265.
Pick up 5 yards again. Keeps the clock running on the Altman replay. And I don't think you're going to see the ball go in the air here.
I'd be surprised, yep.
The way they can run it, and you're just eating clock up, you want to snap that ball under 5 seconds every time.
Hats off also to James Bryson, number 54, Blake Walters, number 74, on the right side of that Canton offensive line. Good push ahead to let these runners get some positive yardage. Here comes Conley again, running behind some big bodies and taking some big bodies with him, Troy, down to the 20.
And that to me is the perfect play call. You snapped it with 3 seconds. You kept it in between the tackles. You're staying in bounds. The clock kept running. You ate up a lot of time, and you picked up the first down.
Boy, good push up ahead. We talked about D'Angelo Spear, the big guy, number 56, pushing ahead. 1st and 10 at the Fairless 20 for a Canton South team that leads it 24-14.
And Fairless doesn't have to snap this till there's about 30 seconds left.
Beagle going to keep it. Runs into some problems, but then carries forward. I'll tell you, good second effort. That was C.J. Pumnio that finally came up and got some help to bring him down.
Well, and I'm also going to say just a great job of holding on the football. There are a lot of white helmets around that, and that's when you get fumbles and you get turnovers.
They were reaching
They're trying
in.
to strip it, but that is like a vice right there. He covers all 3 points of the football. You want to keep that ball high and tight. Ball security is job security. So I think you still got almost 20 seconds on the play clock.
That was Diego Batista, number 29, trying to reach in and pull it out. So we come under 6 minutes to go in the game. A spinning Braylon Conley takes it down inside the 10 to about the 9.
The only thing is they could take another 7 to 10 seconds off the clock every play, and that's what I would be trying to do here, as they're going to be at 1st and goal.
Pumnio again on the tackle.
So like right now, they don't need to snap it till about 5:10. And see what they try to do with it here.
Well, if they get in the end zone here, it's going to make it awful tough on Fairless. Running now out of time. If you're down to about 5:23 to go. So that's why they're trying to strip the football. Again, it's Conley, left side.
Good job by Fairless trying to pull him back. There is no quit in this Fairless defense. They are fighting. They are battling. They're going at it. And I don't know if someone got hurt. Helmet came off.
That's Braylon Conley without the helmet. Now you're going to get a look at him as he comes off the field. He has to come off the field. You can see he's not real happy. He wants the football.
Yep.
There's a name to remember for next year. 195-pound running back.
And that is something Coach Dennison can build on for next year. That is a strong back.
And you got Brody Beagle back next year. He's only a junior. Torres Conley's back. He's a junior.
Gonna have to find some linemen, though.
Beagle going to hand it off. New running back, and he's going to take it to the goal line, and he's going to be short.
Flag. We went almost 15 plays without a flag. It's going to be a hold against South.
That looked like it was Diego Batista that carried the football. Looked like he got into the end zone. They mark him short.
But they're going to come back anyways because of the flag. They hand it off to him. Great blocking. I love 2 hands. Got to get the outside arm, but does a nice job of lowering the shoulder. That would have been a touchdown except for the hold. Which, if you're South, hey, we're going to keep it on the ground, and just power it in.
They're going to send Braylon Terrell in, number 24. You can see him there in the middle of your screen. He'll line up wide right. But Braylon Connolly, number 6, back with his helmet on. Beagle, quarterback keeper. At the 10, to the 5, to the house for a touchdown. Brody Beagle, touchdown, Canton South. And that is a big one to pretty much maybe ice this game for the Wildcats.
He's definitely a candidate for iCrowd Stone Cold Player of the Game on our Papa Bears big play replay. Great job here on the draw. Takes it right up the gut. Does a nice job of reading it into the end zone for 6. And that could be the knockout blow that the Wildcats have been looking for.
Boy, that opened up perfectly for Brody Beagle, and he did the rest. And now Landon White will finish it with the extra point. And with 4:23 left to go in the game, it's Canton South 31, Fairless 14.
Beaver Constructors is a full-service general contractor delivering top-notch commercial construction management, general contracting, and design-build services across Ohio. We prioritize doing things the right way, ensuring the highest quality in every project from critical infrastructure to facility improvements. Beaver Excavating excels in heavy civil contracting for commercial, industrial, and transportation sectors. We believe in making a positive impact through community involvement and client satisfaction.
It's always that personal touch that they know you.
Primetime has people that can help you through every step of the way, and when you're my age, you need that extra help.
You don't want a lot of questioning when you're already dealing with a medical issue. Primetime is trying to help us get down the road as long as we can.
And if you're not in the right situation, a senior can lose everything. I feel with Primetime we picked the best program.
Certified by the American Lighting Association, Furbay's Light Shop is your go-to for all lighting needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Our experts assist with every detail, from bulb size and fixture type to designing layouts. Visit us for hands-on displays showcasing various fixtures, or log in to furbay.com/lightshop. Let us help you visualize the perfect light for your space. Whether you need advice or want to explore lighting options, stop by or log in to Furbay's Light Shop today and see how we can brighten your project.
At Mears Nissan, we make car buying easy. We want our customers to have a pleasant buying experience from start to finish. We offer a comfortable and welcoming space where you can feel confident making your purchase. Family owned and operated for over 35 years, we're proud to offer family-friendly financing options designed to fit your budget. Don't just take our word for it. Take a look at some of our happy customers. So if you're planning on buying a new or used car or truck, look no further than Mears Nissan in Canton, and let our family take care of yours.
Joda and Troy Richardson back at Canton South as they take a look at the Canton South Wildcats special team. They're getting ready to kick it off to Fairless after their offense put it in the end zone again to lead 31-14 with 4:23 left to go in the game.
Yeah, they're going to definitely try to, squib it here. You don't want to give South anything to get excited about. You don't want them to score with no time coming off. Don't forget, we'll have our iCrowd Stone Cold Player of the Game. They'll receive a free month-long cryo pass to iCrowd. Don't forget, all athletes receive a massive discount at iCrowd. And if you're an athlete and you're taking the sport seriously, you want to go to iCrowd for your recovery. Any more sports become year-round, you've got to get that recovery and you got to take care of yourself. It's what you need to do to try to get to that next level.
Looked like somebody stole your glasses there, Troy.
No, there's a lot going on in the 90s when I was that age.
Landon White, high end over end kick, going to be taken right at the 6-yard line. And coming up the right side of the field is Cam Carl. And he'll take it over the 25 to the 27, maybe the 28, where Fairless will take over 1st and 10. Down 31-14 with 4:16 left to go.
And I think we need a fan cam.
Brought to you by Mears Nissan. Who do you see there, Troy? You've got friends everywhere.
I do. I don't know quite who those are, though, but that's our Mears Nissan fan cam. The Canton South fans still taking it in today. They're excited about Canton South Wildcat football.
There's a young drum major, I think. He's got the band going. Going to throw it. Got a man wide open out there. It's going to be caught. That is John Hill all the way down to the Canton South 30. Fairless isn't done yet.
An A.J. Sarbaugh coach team is just going to keep fighting the entire time. They're going to fight till the lights go out. And right now they're getting ahead of the South defense, and South going to be forced to call a timeout. And Coach Dennison is not happy at all. Didn't have the right personnel. He doesn't want to talk to one of his coaches. That was a breakdown that he was not, it's not something he likes at the moment.
Well, he looks up at the scoreboard. He's up 31-14, but any coach doesn't like those type of mistakes. You're into week number 8.
No, you don't. I don't know if it was a personnel issue, a safety issue. You weren't in your right coverage. You knew Fairless was going to throw, and they do a nice job taking that shot downfield. And he calls a timeout to settle his guys down. You don't want those breakdowns because you're playing to get better. And Fairless, they're going to take advantage of that.
Clock down to 4:04 left in this football game. Canton South has led the entire way, although Fairless with a 99-yard pass interception has made it interesting. Now the Falcons trying to run the football, and as always, we have a penalty flag.
Yeah, you can't go very often.
Helmet comes off of one of the Wildcats.
See what the call is here. I'll tell you, his helmet came off. He still wanted to make that tackle.
Officials are huddling. They'll come up with a signal here. Illegal downfield.
No.
No?
It was against the defense. I think it's because of the helmet coming off.
Oh, helmet off. Looked like they wanted an illegal man downfield. They're going to point at Canton South and say, get off the field.
Yeah, so that's going to wipe the sack off.
Yeah.
That's a 10-yarder.
Going to push it down inside the 25. That's a big one. Down to the 22.
That's a 15-yarder, and the clock stops. I don't know if it's going to start here on this.
Well, the play clock did not work for most of the first half. Now they have it fixed, and they turn it up, and nobody sees it.
There should be a false start, yeah.
Well, they motioned for the play clock to start.
That was a false start on Fairless.
Yeah, that's at least 5 or 6 of those tonight.
9 of them.
9 false starts.
Or illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure. Going to cost him 5 yards. Going to push it back to the 27. The clock is moving with 3:48 left to go in the game.
20th penalty of the game.
Mikey Ritterbeck, the junior quarterback, going to throw the football. Rolling right, being chased. And now he's going to run out of bounds and looked like he was going to get hit late, but they pulled up on a nice decision there by Canton South and not run him over.
Right, and that was a smart move, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock with 3s across the board. But yeah, you just got to keep that contain on if you're that outside player. And he does a nice job just getting him out of bounds.
Well, that was Brayton Carpenter that was chasing and made a good decision not to hit him late. So 2nd and 13, ball at the Canton South 25. Ritterbeck trying to find somebody open. He's going to keep the football. Now throws it late. He may have been over the line of scrimmage, and then he's hit on the track to our right. No flag. Oh, there's a flag back of the play. Yes.
Yeah, it was a hold.
Looked like he may have been close to the line of scrimmage. There's a hold, maybe against Fairless.
We've had some plays. Penalties declined tonight too.
Matt Dennison talking to the officials. We're going to watch it again, Troy. What do you see here?
There's the hold. You're not going to get to see it from this angle, but it was in the backside there. And he was still in bounds.
Yeah, he was in bounds. Legal play. Big push out of bounds.
But this is going to be a big penalty because it's behind the line of scrimmage.
Matt Dennison looking over to see, get some help from one of his assistants. But they're going to take that penalty and push the Falcons back all the way out to the 35-yard line.
Pull out another 10 yards in penalties.
So it'll be second and a long way to go. Close to 30 yards. Ritterbeck looking, being pushed, and throws it out of bounds out of the 15.
That's going to be an incompletion. Good coverage downfield by South. But I also like South still able to get some pressure on Ritterbeck, making him feel uncomfortable. Bring a little bit of a, almost like a coffee house blitz where they show up, break it off, and then come back at it.
Canton South has some athletes on both sides of the ball. As you see A.J. Sarbaugh talking with his quarterback, Mikey Ritterbeck, who'll be back next year, only a junior.
Well, they're coming up on about 8 seconds on the play clock here. They're going to have to hustle to get it off.
Ritterbeck gets it off, and he's going to roll left toward the Falcons sidelines. Spins away from one tackler, gets away from another, and stays in bounds. Clock continues to run. Down to exactly 3 minutes to go in the game.
They kept him in bounds, which is big. He's still got to go. He's got a, it's 4th down now, 4th and 10. So you just got to keep everything in front of you, and you can't let him get into about the 14-yard line.
There you take a look at that Fairless offense.
This is pretty much the ball game here.
They have put 7 points on the board. The Fairless defense is credited with the other 7. If you just joined us, it was a 99-yard interception by Fairless for their 2nd touchdown of the game.
Heat's coming here.
And a penalty.
Delay a game. Oh, they're going to get in the timeout.
Going to call the timeout. That was close. That came right down to about a split second.
Yeah, that was really close there.
We're going to take a break. 2:22 left in the game. Canton South 31, Fairless 14.
Rabbit Landscaping is Northeast Ohio's premier residential and commercial landscaping establishment in Jackson Township. They provide an ample amount of services including landscape design, hardscapes, deck and fence installations, outdoor lighting, lawn maintenance, leaf removal, and snow removal. Rabbit Landscaping aims to provide a quality, trustworthy landscaping service to your area. Call for a free quote at 330-936-7616.
There are 87,000 new IRS agents. Fireside Tax is the best accounting value in Stark County. With audit defense and identity theft restoration through Protection Plus, Fireside Tax can help you deal with the new agent. Fireside Tax has been in business for over 18 years and provides tax, accounting, and payroll services, including flat fee accounting and flat fee payroll. Fireside Tax also handles individual and small business income tax returns.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Right Mark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Right Mark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
You've got only one body, so why not take care of it? Let iCryo Wellness and Recovery help you live a healthy lifestyle. iCryo will introduce you to recovery and wellness with their proven techniques that will surely make your body and mind a whole lot healthier. Evaluate your lifestyle with iCryo. Don't wait. Call now, 330-451-6365.
Welcome to Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern, Ohio, your ultimate destination for automotive excellence. Get behind the wheel of your dreams with our exclusive lineup of top quality vehicles. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, we have something for every driver. Explore our wide selection of premium cars and let our expert team help you find the perfect match. Don't settle for ordinary. Upgrade to extraordinary at Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern.
Taking a look at that Fairless offense as we welcome you back to the Big Time Sports Game of the Week. Canton South 31, Fairless 14.
Don't forget we got our iCrowd Stone Cold Player of the Game coming up at the end. Hot Shots Pickleball, brand new to it. Our rookie league programs make learning pickleball fun and easy. That's Hot Shot Pickleball. They got a restaurant, a bar, good vibes, good food on tap, and your favorite drafts as well. No need to be a member to enjoy our elevated food court. That is at Hot Shots Pickleball in North Canton.
4th and 10. Ritterbeck throwing and nearly picked off down at the 13-yard line, and stepping in front of that one, it looked like it was Batista.
And Batista, just a nice, a smart move, knocking it down. He knocks the ball down. That's going to end it here, as Canton South just going to run a couple of plays. But a nice job there, breaking it up at the end.
Might have been Braylon Terrell, number 24. Let's watch it again, see if we can pick up that number. Looks like it was
there's heat
Terrell.
coming right there. There's the heat on the Altman replay. And he just dives right in front and just bats it down.
Yeah, that was Terrell that wants it back. You can see he had that interception and was all the way back upfield before he dropped it. There you take a look at him on the sidelines. He'll get some other shots. Timeout on the field, though, with 2:16 left to go. We got an injured player, I think.
Yeah. Trying to get that player taken care of. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Not sure if that's a Wildcat or a Falcon.
Well, Coach Sarbaugh is over here looking at him. There you get a look at the band for Canton South. I think it was alumni night tonight. As you know, we're coming up here and still over here on the sideline.
That might be John Hill, number 7 for Fairless. Yeah, the alumni band was here tonight. Not sure who the oldest alumnus was, but they were giving 100% out there, Troy.
Yep. There he is coming off the field.
John Hill, who is an explosive runner for Fairless. And this young man will be back next year, only a junior. And he will cause some problems for people that want to kick off to the Falcons for the rest of this season and into next year. 5'9", he's 165. He'll grow, only a junior. But he'll keep that speed, Troy.
Oh, yeah. He's only going to get faster. I'll tell you, there's some good young players on both these teams.
There are.
We're going to be looking at next year for the Pack.
Pack has some excellent teams this year. I mean, talk about Manchester and Northwest and Triway.
How about the turnaround, man? I mean, you just look a couple years ago, they were 1-9, 0-10, and they have rebuilt that program.
Yeah, Coach Stacy has come in and done an outstanding job. In fact, Manchester will be our guest team this week on the Big Time Sports weekly TV show.
I get an update. One of my principal's son plays at Manchester, so I get an update every week on how the Panthers are doing.
Well, the Panthers
they've been doing pretty good.
Yeah. I think they were 6-1 going into tonight's game, maybe 7-1. Run over that right side, and that's good enough for a first down. As we come up to 2 minutes and less than 2 to go.
Yeah, they're just going to keep grinding that clock out, keeping the ball on the ground. Two very well-coached teams, except for the penalties.
First and 10 at the 32. Going to hand it off again over that right side. Again, good yardage. Going to have a first down the sidelines and going to run out of bounds once again. That is Mr. Conley, who is awfully close.
He's over
100 yards. Yeah, I was going to say he has had a heck of a game.
Well, and right now, the only thing Coach Dennison wasn't happy with there was getting out of bounds.
Yeah.
You got to stay in bounds because you want to keep that clock running.
He'll talk to him. It's a teaching moment.
Yeah, now they're just going to kneel on it because the game's over.
Won't affect tonight's game, but those are things you got to think about and coach for future wins. They're going to take a knee a couple times, and they'll get out of here with a homecoming win tonight at Canton South. Always nice to keep the alums happy, Troy.
You got to keep the alum that keeps the donor money coming. Great, another great week here on Big Time Sports. We got a big game next week out of the Federal League.
Yeah, Jackson will host McKinley.
I'll tell you, Jackson is a better football team than what people think. They've got some pieces and parts. They're still trying to figure out who their quarterback needs to be. I'll tell you, the young man who came in relief of Eckerman has done a great job.
Yeah, he is. Eckerman, unfortunately, the last couple of years has had some injury issues, but when he's healthy, he is a very good quarterback. We'll see him next week against Canton McKinley, who once again is right at the top of the Federal League.
Well, when you're the largest school in the Federal League, it helps out a lot. The new coach has done a great job with that program.
Came down from Akron Hoban. He was the defensive coordinator for the Hoban Knights and has brought that toughness down to McKinley, as this will be the final play of the game. As Canton South will win this one 31-14 and move on to week number 9. As quarterback Brody Beagle kneels, and there is head coach Matt Dennison walking across the field. He'll meet A.J. Sarbaugh. They'll shake hands. They'll wish each other a pleasant weekend and good luck in week number 9. For us, we're going to take a break. We're going to add up the numbers, talk about next week. We'll have our player of the game. All that and more right after this on Big Time Sports.
With Bell Store's Bell Buddy Rewards, you save in-store and at the pump. New members receive 20 cents off per gallon as a welcome gift. Everyday savings are made easy. Instantly enjoy 3 cents off per gallon just for being a member. When you spend $25 in store, unlock an extra 5 cents off per gallon on your next fill-up. Buy 5, get 1 free. Track your drinks and earn free coffee, fountain, icy, and espresso with drink clubs. So start saving today. Download the Bell Stores app and sign up for Bell Buddy Rewards.
The newly remodeled 30-acre Akron Auto Auction, located at 2471 Lay Drive in Akron. Our weekly auction starts at 9 a.m. every Tuesday. Our public auction offers repossessions and U.S. government vehicles. Akron Auto Auction makes buying and selling with confidence as effortless as possible. We're open to dealers and the public. Check current weekly inventory or learn more at akronautoauction.com or call 330-773-8245.
The other guy's insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course. At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
The American Professional Truck Driving School by Buckeye Career Center offers hands-on CDL training and expert-led classroom instruction to prepare you for success. Already trained elsewhere? No problem. Complete testing on-site at U.S. America CDL Test Center by Buckeye Career Center. Register for training or to take your CDL test by calling today. Get the skills, get certified, get on the road with Buckeye Career Center.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back at Canton South as they look at the victorious Canton South Wildcats. They knock off Fairless tonight 31-14. Troy, what do the numbers look like?
Well, let's go here through our wrap-up report brought to you by our good friends at Altman and AltCare. just domination here, running the football by Canton South, 341 to 32. Passing the ball, Fairless, they were good with it, 149 to 87. But the first downs, when you're the Wildcats and you can just keep grinding the ball like that, you're going to rack up the first downs. 18 to 8. Penalties, though, 21 penalties in this game. Surprised it wasn't more yardage, but so many of them were just, procedure penalties. 13 for 85, 8 for 90, and then 1 turnover apiece.
That does it for the totals tonight as we take another look at Canton South as Matt Dennison talks to his Wildcats, which leaves us with one more duty tonight, Troy, and I'll let you do the honors on our player of the game.
And that is our iCryo Stone Cold Player of the Game. As you take a look at our iCryo Stone Cold Player of the Game, it is Brody Beagle. As you see him take one into the house there, he's going to take another one to the house. He had 2 rushing touchdowns tonight, a passing touchdown, threw for 87 yards, accounted for 3 of the Canton South Wildcats touchdown, and that's Brody Beagle, your iCryo Stone Cold Player of the Game. He'll receive a free month-long cryo pass to iCryo and Belden Village. All athletes receive a massive discounts from iCryo.
Well, next week, Big Time Sports will be over at Robert 5 Stadium. It'll be Jackson against McKinley in our Big Time Sports Game of the Week. Our final score tonight, Canton South 31, Fairless 14. Thanks to everybody down in the truck. Excellent job as always. For my partner, Troy Richardson, my name's Joe Dunn. Thanks for watching another big game right here on Big Time Sports.